We're Storm Smart. Here in Florida, that's a name people trust. For over 26 years, we've been making Storm Catcher screens, the leading hurricane safety product on the market, protecting over 90,000 Florida homes in communities just like yours. And while storms may come and go, one thing's for sure, Storm Smart's here to stay. Day in and day out, we'll be here, working harder to make sure you can breathe a little easier. SMART is protecting our community today and tomorrow.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world, protecting America, fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Your home or business is a reflection of you. Now, if you're looking to take it from middling to sizzling, you need the help of your local CertaPro painters and the power of Pro. That's CertaPro's power of listening to your needs and delivering a customized project plan, and the power of doing the job right, on time, and within your budget. Contact CertaPro painters today at CertaPro.com.
Each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated. License information available at CertaPro.com.
Give your small business one tech solution that checks all the boxes. It's all here with the Comcast Business Complete Connectivity Solution. It's cyber threat security for peace of mind. Check. The power of the largest, fastest, reliable network for small business. That's a triple box check right there. And save up to 75% a year on your wireless bill with Comcast Business Mobile. Check and cha-ching. It's everything you need to keep your business connected. From the company powered by the next generation 10G network. The Complete Connectivity Solution. Get started for just $49 a month for 24 months when you add mobile, and ask about an $800 prepaid card. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 5/21/23. Restrictions apply. Requires 2-year agreement, EcoBill, and AutoPay. New 100 megabits per second internet and security edge customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Compares weighted average of top 3 carriers. Taxes and fees extra. Reduced speeds after use of monthly data. Savings vary.
Eric was way behind on his taxes.
I owed a lot of money to the IRS, almost $15,000. I tried to make payments.
The IRS wasn't satisfied with Eric's efforts, so they came after him full force.
They're coming to put a lien and a hold on all my income, my home, my car. I was just overwhelmed at what to do.
Then Eric called Optima Tax Relief.
When Optima Tax got involved, the calls would stop, the threats would stop. It was easy like, 1, 2, 3.
Optima Tax Relief is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, and their team of expert tax professionals took care of Eric's problem.
I owe $15,000, and now my debt is clean. I don't owe anything.
Take Eric's advice.
If you have a tax problem, you need to call Optima Tax now.
Call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Ricardo, quote, "This is one of the greatest inventions ever. I know this may sound like I'm exaggerating, but this sucker is amazing. The first time I did it, I couldn't believe what came out of my sinuses. I could breathe with ease. My wife just bought one too. Thank you for this product," unquote. He's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, Navage, clean nose, healthy life.
Did you know your completely free iHeartRadio app is also your home for hit podcasts? New for you this week, check out On Purpose with Jay Shetty, discussing philosophy, life, and conversations with the biggest stars in the world. Listen today on your free iHeartRadio app.
iHeartRadio. Here's traffic on Real Radio.
Well, things are looking better on the Turnpike. Northbound, just before Indiantown Road, we had a crash there with emergency vehicles, but it has reopened. Not seeing any big tie-ups now. And checking in with the Florida Highway Patrol, 95 accident-free now from Boca to Jupiter, 15-minute ride southern to PGA. I'm Joel Malkin.
This report is sponsored by the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Service.
Produce tastes better when it's grown closer to home.
So eat good tonight. Look for the Sunny Fresh from Florida logo where you shop. Learn more at followfreshfromflorida.com.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to put $1,000 in your hand. Score $1,000 now. Enter the nationwide keyword bank at realradio921.com. That's bank. Enter it now at realradio921.com, and good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
Welcome to the show.
Today is a very special day.
Today is National Pet Day.
It's celebrated every year on April 11th.
Say, what type of pet do you have?
It's a dog.
My pet iguana.
Pet tarantula.
Snake for a pet.
He's my pet snail.
A squirrel.
This is our pet.
A family pet.
Eagle-y is your pet eagle.
Today is National Pet Day.
Showtime.
Well, color me happy. There's a sofa in here for two.
First time in an elevator.
Penthouse.
The Penthouse.
Wow, great view. I bet you can see all the way to the ocean from out here.
Penthouse, top floor. Got everything I need and a lot more. High ceilings, marble floor, and my penthouse.
Hey, Mr. Greek, can I get your autograph?
Hey, Greek, what's happening, pal?
I'm 6 deep behind a 4. You can't find me.
Oh my God, it's Greek!
You're listening to The Penthouse. Here's The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast.
It is The Penthouse on a Tuesday, baby. Yes, we are back in the house. Hope you had a good weekend, enjoyed yourself, and ready to kick it back with us. NBA playoffs kicking off tonight with the Miami Heaters down in South Beach. Masters tournament, we found out how much that green jacket is really worth. Got an interesting story there about a girl who was in the crowd and now could be famous. At 11:45, you got a chance to win a big prize, and you always got a chance right now to win $1,000, and it's National Pet Day, so roof, baby. And he's back. Yes, he's back. Good morning, and nice to see you, Jimmy.
Hello, and good morning, Mr. Greek. How you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing well, and Francis is now on another cruise.
Yeah, keeping the cruise industry going, huh?
That's it. One goes in, one comes out, just like the ships, and they end up taking off.
It just I was going to say it's just like a brothel.
Yeah.
One comes in, one comes out.
That's it.
Keep them going. Keep them rotating, baby.
877-927-6969. That's the number to call. If you like listening to us, you might like looking at us today. No eye candy. Franny's not here, but Jimmy and I are here. You can go to Real TV. Check us out. Sponsored by Monroe's of Palm Beach. Always a great place. 7 days a week where the beautiful ladies are there. You can also email Jimmy at realradio921.com. And the text line I will be getting arbitrarily. So if you want to throw it in, I will be glancing at it here and there. And that's how you get involved in the show, or you can bring us a cookie. But, Jimmy, how was the cruise? What was going on? What were the high points? What was that first day like when you just saw all water?
It was, well, I kind of expected it. I mean, you just see the ocean out, and it's a quick ride pretty much overnight to the Bahamas.
Okay.
So we got on in the afternoon, and the party starts, right? And it's right away. You just indulge in all that you want. I tell you what, if you go on a cruise and you get off that boat hungry, it is all your fault because there is plenty of food everywhere to go. And I think there's, at least 7 restaurants that I know of. We kind of stuck to the 3, and you can drink, you can eat as much. And I tried so many different foods that I never would because I have the palate of a child. So I'm always afraid that I won't like something if I go to a restaurant, and I don't want to just buy it and not, walk away from a regular restaurant. So this was a great opportunity to try a whole bunch of new things that I never would. And come to find out, apparently there's a lot of things that I like as an adult that I didn't as a child.
Oh, really?
Something simple, cantaloupe.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, as a kid, I never liked it. So as an adult, I never had it. Whenever I had any sort of fresh fruit,
Yeah.
And I tried some of that. I tried haddock for the first time. Love it. Absolutely loved it. They had a great way of preparing a lobster at the one restaurant we were at, and I enjoyed that. We did another dinner where they do a show on a table, and I'll get more into it at another time. But the way they prepared their shrimp. The sauce that they put on it was absolutely outstanding, something that I never would have dreamed of trying again if we went to a restaurant here. So the food was just absolutely outstanding.
That's awesome.
You couldn't get enough of it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And how about the activities, what you were doing and bebopping around?
It was, we had a big group of us, so there was 11 of us in total, right?
That went?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's nice.
So you get up in the morning, you go have breakfast, and you go maybe do trivia or something like that. They have some other event. They have a show, all kinds of different activities. They have stuff going out at the pool. They have volleyball going on. There's 2 separate pools that's outside, and then they have a solarium that's indoors. And that is another pool area that you can go to that's more climate controlled. And actually, the water was warmed. Believe it or not, the water in the pool that's outside was cold.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was surprised.
Oh, I'm shocked by that.
What's kind of neat, too, is because as you can imagine, even though it's a big ship, it still does move.
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
a
you
little
feel
bit
it.
back and forth. Not too much because we didn't have a lot of wind. Seas were very calm the whole trip. Weather was impeccable the whole time. We just had a little bit of clouds and a little bit of rain in St. Martin.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was really, really good. But you wouldn't think about it that pool water would be kind of that cold because it's out in the sun all the time.
Yeah.
But one of the things about it is since the ship moves, it's kind of weird because when you're in the pool, it's almost like a wave pool because
That's right.
the water rocks back and forth.
Oh, wow.
And depending on how much the ship is listing, of
Yeah, that's
course,
something different.
depends how you kind of don't expect that. But one of those odd things that you find on a ship. I got all kinds of stats that you wouldn't believe that ship has. And this was the Celebrity Reflection is the ship that we were on.
Oh, I would like that.
It's 200 feet tall. It is, just to give a couple quick things, but from front to back, if you were to have it stand on its end, it is as tall or would be as long as the Eiffel Tower.
Wow.
Just to kind of give you an idea. It's actually 1,040 square feet.
Did you
it's up there.
Did you step into the casino at all?
Yeah. So here's so that was kind of a neat thing. It's pretty small, as you can imagine. I mean, it's nothing like you would see at Atlantic City, Hard Rock, anything like that, at Las Vegas. But they had a bunch of slot machines, and they had some tables. So they've had poker, blackjack, craps, and roulette. Right, mainly the 4. I think the minimum table was $10, so I kind of stayed away from that. But we actually went on to the cruise with a certain amount of cash, and we got off that ship with more.
Wow.
Believe it or not.
That's good.
And that's all on the wife. I give it to her.
That's
Because
awesome.
she won twice. She won a couple hundred on one sitting and about 500 on another.
Cool.
Believe it or not. So it was a profitable cruise in a way.
That's awesome. I'm glad you had a good time.
Yeah, that's which is amazing, really. I was absolutely shocked by that when all was said and done. But we had a lot of good fun, and we'll get more into it as the day goes along and the week goes along, because there's so much that I have to talk about that you'll enjoy from it.
It is the Penthouse. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about a girl who was spotted at the Masters tournament, Miami Heat tonight in the playoffs. We got a lot more. Don't forget, you got a keyword, $1,000 an hour. You got a chance to win $1,000. Who doesn't want that? Every day, listen to the keyword by Rover. We'll be back in a few minutes. Peace.
Rover's Morning Glory.
So you're driving and a woman pulls up next to you to yell at you for allowing your dog to run around the front seat of your pickup truck while you drive on the highway?
She's having a fit. She's losing her mind.
Let's just recreate it here.
She's
I'll be the
screaming
woman. You need to keep that dog secure in your car. You can't see what you're doing. That dog's going to go through the windshield. You are a bad pet parent.
I soak it in for a second, and then I say, have you considered eating ass?
Rover's Morning Glory. Weekday mornings from 6 to 10 on Real Radio 92.1 for the Palm Beaches and 101.7 for the Treasure Coast.
Hey, it's Greek for Tito's Handmade Vodka. They've been doing it for 25 years, putting a great product on the shelves for you. Whatever you're doing, Tito's adds to it. If you're playing some golf, how about some Tito's? Tough day at work? How about some Tito's? And if you just want to celebrate being in South Florida, it's Tito's Handmade Vodka. And on April 15th, the locker room will be live at the Tito's Raw Bar at Gulfstream Park. You're in the winner's circle every time with Tito's Handmade Vodka. Hey!
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you breaking news from the state of Florida. It's blueberry season! Fresh from Florida has the ripe, sweet blueberries you've been craving for cobblers, pancakes, and all your favorite homemade recipes. And best of all, buying fresh from Florida is a great way to support local farmers and jobs in our communities. You can find locally grown Florida blueberries in stores now. Just look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo or ask for Fresh from Florida where you shop.
Cards issued by Sutton Bank and Celtic Bank, members FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
What if you could do business without busy work? With Ramp, you can. Ramp is the future of finance with smart automation, corporate cards, and spend management. Just imagine, no more expense reports or shuffling wrinkled receipts. No more slogging through invoices or getting surprised by unexpected charges. Just your business's big idea with smart spend controls, automation that crushes busy work, and real-time insights so you can make it happen. In other words, Ramp completely reimagined finance to make it work for your business. Get set up, issue corporate cards, and start making payments in less than 15 minutes. See how Ramp does finance. Join today and get $250 just for signing up. Just go to ramp.com/finance. That's ramp.com/finance to get $250 for signing up. That's ramp.com/finance.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. I have an important message for lawyers and legal professionals across America. Are you embarrassed by the firm you work for? Do they settle cases for pennies on the dollar? Do you dream of winning with the biggest in the business? At Morgan & Morgan, we have hundreds of job openings for the best and the brightest across the country. Visit forthepeople.com to explore joining a firm you'll be proud of. Explore joining me, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you breaking news from the state of Florida. It's blueberry season! Fresh from Florida has the ripe, sweet blueberries you've been craving for cobblers, pancakes, and all your favorite homemade recipes. And best of all, buying fresh from Florida is a great way to support local farmers and jobs in our communities. You can find locally grown Florida blueberries in stores now. Just look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo or ask for Fresh from Florida where you shop.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach. Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to 4hims.com/radio. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at up to 95% off. That's right. Get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but for 95% less. It's the same medication, still prescribed by a licensed medical provider, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/radio. That's 4hims.com/radio for your free online visit. FORHIMS.com/RADIO.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering professional-grade industrial supplies, plus real-time product availability and access to experts ready to answer your toughest questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Poor Sam was a mess. Always itching, licking. His paws were soaking wet. He had bald spots on his back.
DINOVITE.com.
2 weeks after he started Dynamite, I started seeing great improvements, and today 99% of his issues are non-existent.
Dynamite is nutrition.
Dynamite is the best thing you can do for your dog.
You won't believe how happy your dog will be.
I get my Dynamite from DINOVITE.com.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go: shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms: irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit NoTimeToWait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
If you have been struggling to lose weight, then I may have the solution for you. Hey, this is Franny, and at Begin a New Med Spa, they have the weight loss miracle semaglutide. This is FDA-approved medical weight loss solution that is super popular with celebrities to help them lose those unwanted pounds. But you don't have to have a celebrity salary to afford semaglutide therapy at Begin a New Med Spa, because right now they're offering 8 weeks of semaglutide plus B12 for only $699. I have 2 girlfriends that are on it, and they are dropping pounds and looking incredible. But maybe your weight is in check, but you're just feeling drab, no energy, your sleep is suffering, or maybe even your memory isn't what it once was. Then Begin Anew's Optimal Wellness Program can get you feeling like your best self. They do comprehensive lab testing to help them get you on a wellness plan that is specific to you and your body's needs. The Optimal Wellness Program is only $149 with qualifying insurance. To book your consultation and scope out all of their services and specials, go to beginanewmed.com.
Pray.com's Meditative Prayers podcast is the best way to bring God's perfect peace into your night. Each meditative prayer helps you focus on God, fight anxiety, sleep better, and more. Listen to Meditative Prayers on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the Penthouse on a Tuesday. Hope you guys are having a good day and enjoying yourselves. And the weather's a little meh for us, but it will get better, I hope. Franny's on vacation, enjoying herself. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and a good morning.
And back from vacation. 877-927-6969 is the toughest day to get back. On that Monday, let us know if you've ever been. Everybody's usually on vacation, taking a couple of days off. Is it hard to get back on a Monday after a week or 3 days or even 1 day? What is tougher for you guys? We'd like to know. And what is any kind of method you have that makes it a little bit easy transition? Do you ever forget that you're even working? Maybe you forgot. I never taken off. I don't know if I've ever taken off 5 days. I think once when my dad passed away. Never 2. Like a buddy of mine's going to Mexico and he's taking away 2 weeks. Taking off 2 weeks. That's got to be tough. 2 weeks is tough if you're off that.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine that. I mean, I think the longest, this vacation for me was the longest I've ever taken since I've worked here.
And that's over 20 years.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I thought about that.
Yeah. The only time we've taken off that much or more is this past Christmas holiday, just because of the way the holidays fell and what days they fell on. And that ended up being, I think, like 10 days or something like that we were out. But, again, you can't. That's just the way the holidays are.
Yeah, and that just happens.
But outside of that, this was the longest I've never taken. That's the first Saturday I've ever taken off since I've worked for the company.
Teddy Covers, who called in, was like, "What?
Who is that?"
He thought he called the wrong number.
Is that an intern?
Yeah, he was like, "Where did I call?" He thought he called like a hotline or something like that. I said, "No, Jimmy is taking a Saturday off. First time in a long time." But again, let us know when it is. What do you think it's tougher? A week? If you ever took off 2 weeks, I think sometimes it depends where you go, too. If you go locally, maybe it's a little easier. But when you go like on a cruise or, say, Europe or far away, you probably get so much removed.
Probably, it was because it was a little weird coming back yesterday.
Yeah.
It did. It felt weird coming in, almost like just starting over again, right?
Yeah.
And trying to catch up to see where you're at and where things were left off and where you're back at now. And I'm sure a lot of people have that same feeling. But I was surprisingly I didn't feel this bad on Monday morning when I woke up. I thought it'd be worse. I thought it'd be harder. But I went to bed fairly early.
Yeah.
We got home, in time. So, I was home by noon.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like we got in at 9 o'clock that night. You got to unpack everything, and then you go to bed late, and you drag in the next morning. So, but I thought it might be. I was like, man, I'm going to regret not taking off that Monday.
Yeah, a lot of people
having that
do.
buffer.
Yeah.
But it worked out well.
A lot of people do that. A lot of people take an extra day.
Mm-hmm.
They say, like you said, to adjust, to get acclimated to where they were, back into the routine. But let us know. What are some of the things that you guys do? Is it tough? Now, again, never took off 2 weeks, but a week. And for me, obviously, that wasn't a vacation. Different scenario. But what are some of the things that you do? 877-927-6969. We'll come back in a couple minutes. We'll talk about the trifecta, this day in history. A little bit about Odell. He finally found the home. And also about the Miami Heat tonight, a playoff game. We'll be back in a few minutes. Peace.
Letting you know what girls talk about when the boys are not around. It's Pillow Talk with Franny and Megan. Friday nights at 7 on Real Radio 92.1 and always available online at realradio921.com/Pillow Talk.
iHeartMedia and Freeman Injury Law present our Salute to Community Service program. It's our way of thanking those men and women who devote their lives to serve communities throughout the Palm Beaches and Treasure Coast. We want to recognize those who serve, but we need your help. Who are we looking for? From first responders like police officers, EMTs, doctors, nurses, and firefighters, to educators like teachers, guidance counselors, and principals. If you know of someone special who serves our community in any way, we want you to tell us who they are and why. Submit them now at this station's website. Keyword Salute.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Skies are partly to mostly cloudy as we get started on this Tuesday. Showers are continuing to move across parts of the area. The highest rain chances today are for those located further south. So we'll see scattered showers continuing heading into the afternoon with skies getting cloudier again tonight. Starting in the 70s, we're back in the upper 70s for the afternoon.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. At Blindster, we offer over 50 different custom window treatments, including faux wood blinds and shutters, all at prices less than retail. Plus, we'll send you free samples before you buy. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering professional-grade industrial supplies, plus real-time product availability and access to experts ready to answer your toughest questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're starting to speak another language. Like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right. And they're designed by real language teachers, so you learn how to have real-world conversations, things you'll actually use.
It's incredible. After using Babbel, I'm ready to start having real conversations in French.
There's all kinds of ways to learn. Use Babbel's podcasts or games or videos. You can even join live classes with a language teacher.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
Babbel.
Babbel. Babbel. Évidemment.
Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Are you losing sleep over your IRS problems? Do you owe the IRS money, are getting audited, or have not filed all of your returns? If so, you may need help. You could call the IRS and wait on hold for a couple of hours, but they are not going to tell you all of your rights. In many cases, they just want your money. You could call a company across the country, you know, the one with an 800 number you hear on commercials. Good luck getting them to help you with an IRS officer in South Florida. Or you could call me, Steve Klitzner. I'm a Miami attorney, and my practice is exclusively focused on helping people and businesses who have IRS problems, and I will listen to your situation and tell you my thoughts. A consultation with me is free. I will use all my powers and all my skills to help you immediately. Call me today at 305-682-1118. That's 305-682-1118.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. The IRS just rolled out a new program to help struggling taxpayers more easily resolve their tax problems. It's called the Taxpayer Relief Initiative, and it opens up powerful new options for people looking to get back on the right track with the IRS. And no one knows this program like the professionals at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution company. They've resolved over $1 billion in tax debt for their clients and have the expertise and experience to help you. One easy call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries of wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Make today the beginning of your fresh start with the IRS. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief now for your free confidential consultation.
Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hey, it's Greek for Tito's Handmade Vodka. They've been doing it for 25 years, putting a great product on the shelves for you. Whatever you're doing, Tito's adds to it. If you're playing some golf, how about some Tito's? Tough day at work? How about some Tito's? And if you just want to celebrate being in South Florida, it's Tito's Handmade Vodka. And on April 15th, the locker room will be live at the Tito's Raw Bar at Gulfstream Park. You're in the winner's circle every time with Tito's Handmade Vodka. Peace!
If your home or business just isn't giving you the joy it once did, it's time for a refresh. Contact your local CertaPro painters and put the power of pro to work for you. That's CertaPro's power of doing the job right, on time, and on budget. The power of proven experts with the skills to refresh, rejuvenate, and reinvigorate your home or business. Get your project started today at CertaPro.com.
Each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated. License information available at CertaPro.com.
Produce tastes better when it's grown closer to home. So eat good tonight. Look for the Sunny Fresh from Florida logo where you shop. Learn more at followfreshfromflorida.com.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
No big tie-ups are being reported along 95 right now. We are accident-free throughout the Palm Beaches, according to the Florida Highway Patrol. In West Palm, you're right up to speed on the Belvedere Curve. I'm Joel Malkin.
This report is sponsored by the Tudor Dixon Podcast.
Coming up on the next episode of the Tudor Dixon Podcast, why is the left so eager to push the trans agenda on our kids? Don't miss the eye-opening episode with Yaku Boyens. Catch the Tudor Dixon Podcast on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. Listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the Penthouse on a Tuesday, National Pet Day. So if you have a pet in your life, give it a little love today. Maybe a trick or a treat, whatever you want to do. Keyword coming at you every hour. So make sure you jump on that. Chance to win $1,000. We got to give away 11:45 and so much more. We got This Day in History and a Trifecta coming at you. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good morning.
Frances is on vacation enjoying the cruise. She'll be back at the end of the week. All right, let's get into This Day in History and a Trifecta.
Riders up. It's Creek's Trifecta.
Break up the Rays. Tampa Bay, 10-0, baby. 10-0 out of the gate. Still no people going. Jimmy, last week in one game, they had 11,000 people in the stadium.
Not bad. 11,000. And they're undefeated. Only undefeated team left, I believe.
Yeah, 10-0.
From what I hear, yeah.
It's almost like for each run, you get 1,000 people. It's like crazy. I mean, eventually they're going to move. I think they'll end up in Vegas if they don't get a new stadium. But, yeah, 10-0 out of the gate. Hats off to the Rays, doing a great job. But just unbelievable that nobody goes. And the hockey team does great. And the football team does great. I mean, both do.
Yeah. I don't think they're bad. Well, from what I understand, it's a pain getting to Tropicana.
Yeah. I mean, supporting-wise, everybody out there, supports Tampa Bay Lightning and football team, obviously. But, yeah, it's just crazy. And we'll see how they support them this year with no Brady. But, yeah, just crazy they had that many people. But hats off to Tampa Bay. Tonight, the Miami Heat finished 7th, so they're in a playoff game down in Miami. They are taking on the Hawks. They're laying 4 or 5. Thank you, DraftKings. Heat are not a good team when they are laying points. Might win, but I don't know if I'd be laying 4 or 5 with the Heaters. But they do play tonight. Hopefully they can win. If they win, then they go against the Celtics in the first round. And we'll see what happens. And Tiger Woods did have to stop. He made the cut, which was tremendous, 23 times. But then his leg was so bad, he had to stop. Now, they were saying some speculation that one of the screws made it even have come through his leg. That's how much pain he was in. And seeing Tiger in that much pain, it's just not good. He's got to just, rest up and do what he has to do. He's a legend. There's no doubt about an icon. But to see him like that was just not great for a lot of fans. But what a passion to just keep going and doing what he's got to do, which is great. Rahm got obviously the green jacket. We'll talk about later about some girl who got spotted in the crowd behind Brooke when he was shooting, and all of a sudden she is going to become probably some kind of star. And she was a brunette, and she had a Masters cap on. And we did tell you last week that the Masters souvenir tent does about $850,000 an hour, which is really almost $50 million a week, which isn't bad. Good job, Masters. And that is your first trifecta today. Now we got a couple of people on hold. We'll get to them after this day in history.
On this day in history.
Well, let's take a time warp back to 209 years ago today in 1814. On this day, during the Napoleonic Wars, Napoleon was facing an invasion of France by forces bent on his overthrow and pressed by his own officers, abdicated unconditionally at Fontainebleau. Is that how you say that? You got to say it right that way, right? Fontainebleau. 133 years ago. You all right over there?
Yeah, I'm good.
133 years ago today in 1890, Joseph Merrick, the Elephant Man, passed away at the young age of 27. 116 years ago today, 1907, New York Giants future Baseball Hall of Famer backstop Roger Bresnan became the first catcher to wear shin guards. 102 years ago today, 1921 is the year KDKH in Pittsburgh. Sorry, that was KDKA in Pittsburgh. Broadcast the first live sporting event on the radio. It was a boxing match between Johnny Ray and Johnny Dundee. 76 years ago today, 1947, Jackie Robinson signed his first contract with the Brooklyn Dodgers. He played in a few exhibition games against the Yankees, but his first official Major League Baseball game was against the Braves on April 15th. 72 years ago today, 1951, President Truman relieves General Douglas MacArthur of command from the U.S. forces in Korea. 57 years ago today, 1966, 26-year-old, speaking of Masters, Jack Nicklaus won his third Masters tournament, became the first man to win them back-to-back.
Awesome.
55 years ago today, 1968, President Lyndon B. Johnson signs the 1968 Civil Rights Act. A mission you might have heard of. 53 years ago today, 1970, Apollo 13 blasted off on its mission to the moon, which of course was aborted after an oxygen tank exploded. The astronauts managed to return safely thanks to the courage and luck of Tom Hanks and Kevin Bacon. Nothing? Okay. Also 53 years ago today, the Beatles' Let It Be hit #1 on the singles chart. and stayed there for 2 weeks. Speaking of Apollo 13, one of the people that I went on the cruise with, he was an electrical engineer for the Apollo missions starting back in 1960, 61 when they first started. He helped build Cape Canaveral.
Wow.
It's amazing. I heard a couple great stories about that. 43 years ago today, in 1980, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission issued regulations specifically prohibiting sexual harassment on the job. Thank goodness, right, Greek? I mean, you know, when
brutal
people,
for it.
oh, just, I know.
I can't even walk around.
I know. Just keep your hands off me, please.
And your eyes.
42 years ago today, in 1981, Eddie Van Halen married Valerie Bertinelli. More on Eddie Van Halen later. His iconic guitar is up for auction. 35 years ago today, in 1988, at the Shrine Auditorium in Los Angeles, the actress and singer Cher collects the Academy Award for Best Actress in her performance for Moonstruck. And finally, 19 years ago today, in 2004, speaking again of the Masters, Phil Mickelson wins the Masters tournament at Augusta National Golf Club. It was his first major championship in nearly 12 years of being a professional golfer. Damn near did it again this past weekend, too.
Yeah, great weekend.
How about that for a comeback on Sunday? And that's what happened on this wonderful day. What are we? April 11th. Let's get my days back in line here.
Yeah. 2023.
Yeah.
Year of Michael Jordan.
What year is it?
I know we got a couple people on hold. Jimmy, who do we have?
We do. We got our buddy Chris checking in with us. Hey, Chris, what's going on, pal?
What's going on, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Welcome back, Jimmy.
Thank you very much, Chris. It was nice talking to you off air a little bit. Guess Chris has been on some long cruises as well.
Yeah, I've been on a couple. But I actually called with a feel-good story for the week.
All right.
So, Greek, I don't know the name, but you're pretty much the sports guy. You ever hear of a guy named Darwin James?
Not off the top of my head.
Football player?
Not off the top of my head.
My son said he was a Dolphin for a while. Now he's somewhere else.
Okay.
But I'm going to keep a couple of things private. But you know my son's away at college, the older one, and he works at a pretty affluent restaurant. So they pool their tips. Each section, not the whole restaurant does, but each section keeps, like the waitresses and waiters share with the food runner, which is my son, and the bus boys, and, you know, so they pool them. This football player guy, Darwin James, he left $1,000 tip last night.
Nice. That's great. It's not the bone.
Yeah.
Your son should have told, your son should have did, Jimmy, you were away with this. So I'm at a restaurant, and this girl told me that they pulled her tips, you know, the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what she says to me on the side? She said, you could Venmo me, though, if you want, personally.
Yeah, of course.
Thanks.
Here's my Venmo. I got to give me a Venmo.
I said, thanks, that's all right. I'm just going to throw it here.
Yeah, no problem. Here's some cash.
Yeah, here's some cash.
Put it in your pocket. Nobody's looking.
Oh, my God. I can't believe that. That takes stones. That's a great story, Chris. That is so cool. Your son must have been so jacked up.
Yeah. He said he actually, between the, they get it by percentages, so he actually gets more percentage than the bus boys because he's a food runner, and then the waitresses get more than that. But he wound up with $100 out of it, he said.
That's good.
Oh, wow.
So,
that's nice.
Pretty nice, huh?
Pretty awesome, yeah.
Currently, he's a safety. He's number 3 for the Los Angeles Chargers currently, according to Mr. Wikipedia.
That's very cool. That's very good for your son. That's a nice experience. I'm sure that made his night and got him jacked up.
Yeah, it was pretty neat. He texted me when I got off work last night. I thought it was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
That there was still, not all those guys are, money-hungry creeps. A lot of them remember, where they came from,
Yeah, 100% right. I think there's a lot of good people out there in the world, and let's try to focus always on the good people.
Is that the first celebrity he's really dealt with, or does that happen often?
No, he said he sees a lot of rappers. And he saw one or two basketball players.
Okay.
So, he hadn't given me any names other than this particular person. But he said, there was a rapper in the other night, and blah blah blah. There was a basketball player in the other night, whatever. So
good for him, Chris. That's great. He's working hard, learning what life's about, and that's always a nice experience when you get a little extra cha-ching-ching in your pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Ching-ching, that's right. It's all about the 20 years change, baby, right? That's it.
Yeah, that is. 20 years changed as an oldie but goodie. But, Chris, great story. And we'll see what happens. Mr. Rogers still isn't in New York. I know that's what you're concerned about. But we'll see what happens.
Really? It's still going on, huh?
Yep.
I was a little isolated from the news. I hadn't heard whether he signed or anything yet.
No, he's still looking for a neighborhood.
All right.
So we'll see what happens. But
Me and my friends tried to buy Greek a plane ticket. Maybe he could take them out into Hoboken and get the deal done. But Greek said, nah, he'll just let them do it.
Well, if Hoboken doesn't sell him, nothing will.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, give him 2 nights on the Route 3 in Secaucus.
Yeah.
That's an experience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dinner, TikTok.
Yeah, some girl asked me last night. She's like, "You want to go? Would you ever want to go on a cruise or a vacation?" I said, "Hi, Aaliyah. What do you think of that for a couple of days
on a cruise?"
Yeah, it'd be awesome. And on your right is Hialeah Street, 118th. Chris, you're the best, brother. Thanks for the update on your son, and I'm sure he's so excited.
Yeah, absolutely. Love you guys. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, give us a call. Keep in touch.
Take care, Chris. Next up, we have Kristen coming in all the way from Kansas, our good friend. Kristen, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
We're doing good. How are you?
Doing good. First and foremost, welcome back, Jimothy. How was your trip?
It was absolutely wonderful. We got to see a lot of things, do a lot of things, and not do a lot of things. It's amazing how it can feel so busy and not at the same time. We had an absolutely wonderful time. As I had said, the weather was great. I got a bunch of stories to tell as we go on, but had a great time. Thank you so much for asking.
Well, I missed you. I didn't get to listen to the show yesterday or yet this morning. This is really first. I just called in because I had grandkids all day yesterday and just dropped off the granddaughter at school. But I had to call in for a follow-up for Jim, for the Greek and Franny and Sharice. This is a follow-up, Greek.
Okay.
From when you guys were talking about, I was listening to the podcast over the weekend from when you and Franny and Sharice were talking about a bad breakup and what did you do?
Oh, yeah.
You were pissed off.
Yeah.
Mad.
Yeah, what kind of things? And Sharice had a couple, Franny had a couple.
Oh, yeah. So I have one that when I found out the jerk that I was seeing at the time had cheated on me, well, the dummy. We'll say that, the dummy. That's not quite what I was going to say. But when the dummy had forgot he had left some real expensive clothes at my house.
Okay.
Dress clothes. Real expensive. I took those suckers straight to Goodwill.
Wow.
And when he, about a week later, like, can I come by and get those clothes? And I'm like, I ain't got them. They're at Goodwill.
Wow.
And he went there. He literally went to Goodwill, and he tried to find them, and they're like, so much stuff gets donated to Goodwill, in bags and boxes and stuff, and they're gone.
Wow. That's okay. It's not really a bad thing. I mean, the girls had some stories where they cut up stuff and threw stuff off balconies, but at least you gave the stuff that somebody else could wear, which is nice.
Well, that's what I told him. I said, look at it this way, because it was around Christmas time. I said, look at it this way. I donated some very nice things to Goodwill, so somebody will have to find some very nice things. Oh, he was livid because, just the shirt alone was over $200. A dress shirt, which, I know that for Greek. We all know that's just pennies for Greek and his dress shirts, but whatever.
Well, please, leave me out of this equation.
Yeah, it is much more than $700.
Right. And then, listen, back to Sharice and her bleaching. I had a girlfriend who, the same thing, her boyfriend, when she found out he cheated, she just took all of his jeans and his darks, put him in the washer, and she poured an entire jug of bleach on his clothes, and she just let him sit there. She didn't run it through the washer. She didn't do nothing. She just poured the entire jug of Clorox on all of his jeans and everything. Just let it sit there.
Wow.
Totally ruined. Yeah.
Yeah, that's some strict stuff. Sharice talked about dyeing clothes of an ex-boyfriend that did her wrong. But, yeah, that's, you get angry, and I understand people do things. But that's why we had that topic, crazy things you did when somebody broke up with you. But
yeah.
At least yours went to a good situation where somebody got some stuff to wear.
But exactly. That's what I thought. I thought, hey, everybody won. I won. I got it off my chest.
Yeah.
Somebody got some nice things. So, but I had to call in because I thought about that after I listened to that. I'm like, oh, my God, I got to call in and follow up with that and let him know. Yeah, everybody does crazy things.
It happens.
But hey, I got to let you know about this. Our Kansas weather, we've always talked about how crazy it is. So today we're supposed to have 87 degrees.
Okay.
And then later in the week, we got a chance of snow.
Wow. That's a big difference. 87 and then snow. Wow.
So it's warmer than is here today.
Yeah. It's supposed to be, I think, 82 today or 84. Wow, that's amazing. 87 and then it went to snow. Wow.
Yeah, and then a chance of snow later this week or into the weekend. We have a chance of snow. Happens every year. We get snow in, like we do this all the time, and then we'll get snow in April 2 or 3 times in April, and then it kind of fades off,
tapers off,
and then yeah. But it's just so crazy. How's your mom, Greek? I just think of you and your mother so much.
Oh, that's very nice of you. I talk to her twice a day. She's usually my first call and my last call every day. Check on her. I have to get up there. It's been too long. I'm going to try to get up there in the next couple weeks. But I got to make it happen and get up there and see her. But thank you for asking. Yeah. Very sweet.
Oh, yeah. So is Franny out today? I haven't heard her.
Yeah, she's on. Francis is on a cruise this week.
I got off the boat and she got on.
Yeah. It was a nice switch. Jimmy got off, she got on. So she'll be back next week.
Oh, save that one. Hey, Jimmy, save that. You got to save that. You got to save that. Save that, what he just said. That's a good one.
And we'll give you a Greek. Pick a number. We'll pay a Greekism for you. How's that?
Okay, I think one of my favorites, if I remember, believe it's number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9.
A Greek misspeak, right?
I think that's it.
All right. Well, this is going out to you. Thank you for the call and thank you for the story. And like I said, if we talk about something and you can't get in at that time, you want to reflect back on it, always cool to bring something back up. And that was a great story.
Yeah, I love you guys.
Thank you.
Day.
Have a good day.
Yeah. All right, here you go, Kristen, just for you. Greek Misspeak number 9.
This is your Greek
Got a new one coming this Friday.
Review.
Grace will love it.
Do what you got to do. Teach your Canaro a new language. But together is different than separate. I'll be any leaf you want, you know what I'm saying? I'll be a palm tree or a yucca tree. But the cars, when they're not moving, they're stopped. Give me a loft pop.
A what?
A what?
Oh, boy. Wait, what? I always like to have a couple guys. Yeah. You do. So I'm thinking I got Johnny's head in my number. 15 head coaches. Mingada. I got something in my mouth.
Oh.
Really?
Well, thank you.
That's right. Eyes are in the beholder.
Oh, come on, man.
Would you do that, Brooke? It sounds like that's in your bed stream.
Wow.
Yeah, I was juicing his balls.
Excuse me?
He's got the whole Kubla and Gabago.
Nice.
That's so dope. Oh, my God. Give me a canary and a banana. Nice.
Hey, what? How did you get Johnny in your number?
What I meant to say was I had Johnny's telephone number in my head.
Ah, that's it.
That's what I meant to say. So, yeah, and the canary thing was a great line. That was for you, Kristen. Great job. Thank you so much for always listening. Speaking a little bit of the Masters, Freddie Couples, 63, made the cut. He also did something different. He was using yellow golf balls.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, so they were easy to spot.
Well, that's for sure.
No doubt, especially on those cloudy days where it was raining a couple of days.
I tell you what, you talk about sportscasters and what they can do and talk about and the cameraman that can do things. I've always been impressed about how a camera guy can keep that camera on the ball after it's been hit. They find it in the air. They follow it as it drops back down onto, the fairway or the green or whatever. Just absolutely amazing. What a talent they have.
Oh, yeah, unbelievable what they do. But a lot of sporting events that happened a couple of years ago with the quarterback of Alabama on the championship game down there. She was very pretty, and they ended up finding her. Brett Musburger found her out in the crowd and said, oh, look at that pretty girl. It happened years ago, Pamela Anderson, at a football game in Canada. But this girl was at the Masters and standing right behind Brooke, who was ready to take a shot. And she had a green hat on, and now it's on TikTok. She turns out she's a Texas Tech cheerleader. Very pretty girl. I'm sure she's going to get a lot of opportunities and maybe, who knows, fashion, who knows, maybe even Hollywood. But sometimes, you're spotted someplace and, just like that guy years ago who took that mug shot and all of a sudden he became a Dolce & Gabbana model. Just crazy things you don't even realize. Yeah, but she's on TikTok. 2.3 million people already checked out the video, which is tremendous. And like I said, you never know. In the crowd, somebody gets spotted, and the next thing you know, boom, your life could change just like that. It is the Penthouse on a Tuesday, National Pet Day. Don't forget that. Hope you guys are having a good time. New keyword coming at you in this hour. Also at 11:45, we got a giveaway. And so much more in the Penthouse on a Tuesday. Jimmy's back in the house from the cruise, and Franny got on the boat as he got off. That's what I call teamwork. It is the Penthouse. We'll be back in a few minutes. Peace.
What's a Real Radio podcast? It's Real Radio on demand. Find your favorite show at realradio921.com.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. We're going to continue to see some scattered showers as we move across our Tuesday. Skies are otherwise partly to mostly cloudy. Temperatures are in the 70s, and it stays windy. Winds are out of the east-northeast around 20 miles an hour with higher gusts. We'll see thicker clouds late this evening and overnight. More rainfall moves in for Wednesday.
This report is sponsored by the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Service.
Produce tastes better when it's grown closer to home. So eat good tonight. Look for the Sunny Fresh from Florida logo where you shop. Learn more at followfreshfromflorida.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. We recently received a call from an injured person who'd hired another law firm. The insurance company had offered them $11,000, but we said, let's take another look. We took the case over and got more than $2 million in court. All law firms are not the same. And just because you already hired a firm, that doesn't mean you can't fire that firm. Luckily, this client did. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you breaking news from the state of Florida. It's blueberry season! Fresh from Florida has the ripe, sweet blueberries you've been craving for cobblers, pancakes, and all your favorite homemade recipes. And best of all, buying fresh from Florida is a great way to support local farmers and jobs in our communities. You can find locally grown Florida blueberries in stores now. Just look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo or ask for Fresh from Florida where you shop.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
In this week's Marketers Report, Patrizio Spagnoletto, Global Chief Marketing Officer, Direct-to-Consumer for Warner Brothers Discovery, weighs in on building trust.
Trust is a really hard thing to build and a really easy thing to destroy, and we have to be very respectful about that. Our partnership with iHeart has really helped us build that trust and that relationship with the on-air talent.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, conversations, trusted influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. Go to iHeartResults.com for more.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Ricardo, quote, "This is one of the greatest inventions ever. I know this may sound like I'm exaggerating, but this sucker is amazing. The first time I did it, I couldn't believe what came out of my sinuses. I could breathe with ease. My wife just bought one too. Thank you for this product," unquote. He's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Hey, it's Greek from Monroe's and Palm Beach. Adult entertainment and upscale dining. Full bar, full liquor, fully nude. 7 days a week, it's Monroe's and Palm Beach. The best view in the house is always at Monroe's. Make sure you stop by there to enjoy a great meal or a sporting event. Whatever you got on your agenda, Monroe's makes it a great evening. Beautiful ladies, only at Monroe's. Peace.
Give your small business one tech solution that checks all the boxes. It's all here with the Comcast Business Complete Connectivity Solution. It's cyber threat security for peace of mind. Check. The power of the largest, fastest, reliable network for small business. That's a triple box check right there. And save up to 75% a year on your wireless bill with Comcast Business Mobile. Check and cha-ching. It's everything you need to keep your business connected. From the company powered by the next generation 10G network. The Complete Connectivity Solution. Get started for just $49 a month for 24 months when you add mobile and ask about an $800 prepaid card. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 5/21/23. Restrictions apply. Requires 2-year agreement, EcoBill, and autopay. New 100 megabits per second internet and security edge customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Compares weighted average of top 3 carriers. Taxes and fees extra. Reduced speeds after use of monthly data. Savings vary.
Hear new music first on your free iHeartRadio app.
This is Lars.
James from Metallica here.
And this is iHeartRadio. What's up? This is Mike Shinoda from Linkin Park. We're the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Yeah.
Playing now on your completely free iHeartRadio app, where the biggest stars in the world connect with you.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
We have a crash on the turnpike now, Lake Worth. This is southbound. It's just before the Lake Worth Road exit, and a right lane is blocked. Traffic cameras showing some backups in this area. So again, southbound coming up on Lake Worth Road. You may want to avoid that. 95 is accident-free. I'm Joel Malkin.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com, and I sell custom blinds designed for do-it-yourselfers. Unlike stock blinds offered at big box retailers, Blindster blinds are custom made for your windows, and shipping is free. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to put a That's WIN. Enter it now at realradio921.com, and good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the Penthouse on a Tuesday. Hope you guys are having a good day. Don't let this rain get you down. For some reason, when it rains down here, people really toss their cookies. I mean, really. Like, my God, it's raining again? 2 days? Deal with it. Come on. You can live in Seattle. And who would live in Seattle? Seattle sucks. It is the Greek. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and a good morning.
Francis is on a cruise. Exact same boat Jimmy's on. She got on. It's just crazy. I believe it. They're 2 ships a night, like they say. We're going to do some Florida stories still. Jimmy's got a whole bunch.
Florida.
Florida.
Did you say
Florida? I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida? Well, we're going to take a trip up to Fort Pierce and talk about a 41-year-old man who is now behind bars after police said he broke into 3 restaurants in Fort Pierce and stole bottles of liquor on more than one occasion. Fort Pierce police arrested Timothy B. Hasbrook after responding to a burglary at a Cobb's Landing. Police were informed that 2 bottles of liquor were taken from the restaurant earlier that morning. Police said burglary was similar to others that had taken place the previous week at Cobb's Landing, and on the Edge Bar and Grill, also at 2nd Street Bistro. All of those burglaries involved bottles of liquor being removed from the restaurants while they were closed. Following an investigation, officers received information that led them to believe that Hasbrook was responsible for the string of burglaries. Officers located Hasbrook later that day, attempting to hide in a bedroom closet because, that's where you go, right?
Yeah, who's going to look there?
Mm-hmm. Police said he told officers he had been unemployed for about 2 months as a restaurant cook and had been breaking into several restaurants and vehicles due to his financial needs. Unfortunately, he's going to need a lot more money now. How about $70,000 for bond? And he is currently sitting in the St. Lucie County Jail. Now, here's one that should get Greek some grunts. A 66-year-old woman crashed her car into an art sculpture in Palm Beach. The coral sculpture was valued at $3 million. The incident, which occurred back in March 31st, is a double whammy. Not only is the artwork worth a ton of money, she also ran into it with a Rolls Royce.
Nice.
I mean, if you're going to do it right. Mm-hmm. Video surveillance from the scene shows Elizabeth Race entering the property eastbound from the driveway on Canterbury Lane. She then drove east down the driveway and made contact with the curb on the north side of the driveway. Then she drove east into a landscape fence that led into a seawall and onto the beach. So she's got the car nosedived onto the beach with the ass end up on the seawall.
Nice view.
Yeah, it was nice. Other than the sculpture and her vehicle damage, they are looking at about another $10,000 in property damage. Palm Beach Fire Rescue came to take her to the hospital for evaluation, and nothing else has been reported yet. But I mean, got to be drunk, right? You would have to booze or under the influence of something. Finally, a man was arrested last Friday morning in DeBerry after he allegedly broke into 2 homes, then tried to evade deputies by jumping into a swimming pool and onto a trampoline, all while naked, of course. Deputies said they responded around 2 a.m., shocker, to a report of a burglary at a home and encountered the suspect identified as 34-year-old Blake Tokman. Yes, I said Blake Tokman. I wonder if that's a joke. The Volusia County Sheriff's Office said Tokman smashed out a window to break into one home, then left and broke into another house. Deputies said they encountered Tokman at the second house. Body-worn camera video released by the Sheriff's Office shows Tokman running from the deputy, jumping into a pool, then climbed out of the pool and jumped onto a trampoline. The Sheriff's Office said it took 4 deputies to get custody of Tokman, who kicked and hit the deputies. In addition to being naked, the Sheriff's Office said Tokman was covered in wheel-bearing grease, peppermint oil, and blood. They believed that he might have been under the influence of an unknown substance.
You think?
Anybody?
Bueller?
Tokman faces charges of 2 counts of occupied burglary, 3 counts of battery on a law enforcement officer, and 2 counts of criminal mischief and resisting arrest with violence. So he's going to be put away for quite a while. What's with the wheel-bearing grease, dude? And that's somewhat the Florida stories for you.
Good job, Jimmy. Again, you never have to worry about running out of stuff with this state.
Not in this state. I already got 3 more for tomorrow already. It's that easy.
Yeah, the one with the Rolls Royce, that was a couple days ago, too. We started hearing about that. That was a crazy scene. I think Franny might have put the picture up on our Real Radio. But, yeah, beautiful Rolls Royce, and you could just see where it just dipped over. And she took down a sculpture, $3 million.
Oof.
My God. That's what happens when you get into a car accident in that kind of an area. You never know where you're going to hit and what your bill's going to be.
Usually mansions like that have, unless it was hers, right? I mean, that's the one thing I couldn't find in the story. Maybe if Franny already covered that one. I don't know. Was it her house? I couldn't find that. I thought it was just somebody's house.
I think it was somebody's house.
Usually places like that have gates, so I was kind of surprised she got through.
Maybe she went through, a back door or something. Who knows?
Well, that's where probably, it must have been the back door.
You never know.
That's usually where Greek goes, to the back door.
If the access is stopped one way, you're going to find it another way.
Mm-hmm.
It is the Penthouse. We got a keyword for you every hour. Your chance to win $1,000. Don't forget about that. That's always a great opportunity. Who doesn't want $1,000? I know I would love $1,000.
Well, go to realradio921.com and enter the keyword win, and maybe you'll be in the running for $1,000. It's that simple.
Yeah. I mean, there was a couple other winners last week. on our sister station, the Gator, but we want one on Real Radio.
We got some already, huh?
Yeah, a couple on Gator.
Nice.
Yeah, but we want it on Real Radio. We want you guys to win.
Two, man. All right. Two winners in our area already? That's awesome.
Yeah, it is. It happened. We had one last time we gave away this $1,000. So you guys could be next and put $1,000 in your pocket. Who doesn't want cash? Cash is king. When we come back, we'll discuss what is the most times you went to go see one group. I was with this guy last week, and he told me he went to go see Springsteen over 200 times in his life. 200 times in his life. Guy's in his early 60s, and that's amazing that he went over 200 times in his life. He said this year alone he went 6-7 times. Saw him in Tampa, saw him in L.A., saw him in New York. So that's a lot. And you guys think about it, what's the most you've ever seen a group? I got a couple groups that I've seen. Not a big concert guy now. Years ago, yes. Jimmy will give his list, but you guys think about it too. It is the Penthouse on a Tuesday. We'll be back in a few minutes. Peace.
Rover's Morning Glory. So you're driving and a woman pulls up next to you to yell at you for allowing your dog to run around the front seat of your pickup truck while you drive on the highway?
She's having a fit. She's losing her mind.
Let's just recreate it here. I'll be the woman. You need to keep that dog secure in your car. You can't see what you're doing. That dog's going to go through the windshield. You are a bad pet parent.
I soak it in for a second, and then I say, have you considered eating ass?
Rover's Morning Glory. Weekday mornings from 6 to 10 on Real Radio 92.1 for the Palm Beaches and 101.7 for the Treasure Coast.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. We're going to continue to see some scattered showers as we move across our Tuesday. Skies are otherwise partly to mostly cloudy. Temperatures are in the 70s, and it stays windy. Winds are out of the east-northeast, around 20 miles an hour with higher gusts. We'll see thicker clouds late this evening and overnight. More rainfall moves in for Wednesday.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. At Blindster, we offer over 50 different custom window treatments, including faux wood blinds and shutters, all at prices less than retail. Plus, we'll send you free samples before you buy. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering professional-grade industrial supplies, plus real-time product availability and access to experts ready to answer your toughest questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you breaking news from the state of Florida. It's blueberry season! Fresh from Florida has the ripe, sweet blueberries you've been craving for cobblers, pancakes, and all your favorite homemade recipes. And best of all, buying fresh from Florida is a great way to support local farmers and jobs in our communities. You can find locally grown Florida blueberries in stores now. Just look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo or ask for Fresh from Florida where you shop.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit NoTimeToWait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
I'm Rocky Moselle with StarRegistry.com. Since we were children, we've been told to reach for the stars. It was great advice. Now it's a great gift. Name a star after someone. For $54 and a call to 800-282-3333 or visit StarRegistry.com, we will name a star after someone very special to you and send an incredible personalized gift. The new star name will be recorded in book form in the U.S. Copyright Office. Call the Star Registry, 800-282-3333 or visit StarRegistry.com for the hottest gift. I'm Rocky Moselle with StarRegistry.com. Since we were children, we've been told to reach for the stars. It was great advice. Now it's a great gift. Name a star after someone. For $54 and a call to 800-282-3333 or visit StarRegistry.com, we will name a star after someone very special to you and send an incredible personalized gift. The new star name will be recorded in book form in the U.S. Copyright Office. Call the Star Registry, 800-282-3333 or visit StarRegistry.com for the hottest gift.
Good Greek moving and storage. Your superhero movers.
Injured? Hire America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Hey, it's Greek for Tito's Handmade Vodka. They've been doing it for 25 years, putting a great product on the shelves for you. Whatever you're doing, Tito's adds to it. If you're playing some golf, how about some Tito's? Tough day at work? How about some Tito's? And if you just want to celebrate being in South Florida, it's Tito's Handmade Vodka. And on April 15th, the locker room will be live at the Tito's Raw Bar at Gulfstream Park. You're in the winner's circle every time with Tito's Handmade Vodka. Peace!
Professional women's tennis is coming back to Delray Beach at the Delray Beach Tennis Center April 14th and 15th for the qualifying tie between the United States and Austria. Don't miss tennis stars Coco Gauff, Jessica Pegula, and the U.S. Billie Jean King Cup team as they host Team Austria during this exciting matchup for a spot in the 2023 finals. Tickets are on sale now. Visit Ticketmaster.com to buy tickets and see some of the top women's tennis players in the world April 14th and 15th. Players subject to change.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
We have a crash on the turnpike now, Lake Worth. This is southbound. It's just before the Lake Worth Road exit, and a right lane is blocked. Traffic cameras showing some backups in this area. So again, southbound coming up on Lake Worth Road. You may want to avoid that. 95 is accident-free. I'm Joel Mount.
This report is sponsored by Service Experts Heating and Air Conditioning.
Sweating a broken AC? There's an expert for that. Let your local experts at Service Experts Heating and Air Conditioning keep you cool. Right now, get $50 off any repair. Call 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
Pray.com's Meditative Prayers podcast is the best way to bring God's perfect peace into your night. Each meditative prayer helps you focus on God, fight anxiety, sleep better, and more.
As you close your eyes, ask God to come and have fellowship with you. Open yourself to the Holy Spirit and ask Him to minister to you.
It's Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the Penthouse on a Tuesday, a Fat Tuesday. Don't forget, you got a chance to hit a keyword and pick up $1,000 in your hand at 11:45. We got a big giveaway for you guys today. So much more on the Penthouse on a National Pet Day. So if you got a pet, trick or treat, baby. Bring them home something nice. Maybe a new leash, maybe a treat, maybe a pillow. I don't know, maybe a picture of me getting out of bed, something like that. Franny's on vacation, and Jimmy's here.
Hello, and good morning.
So this gentleman that I know went to go see Bruce Springsteen over 200 times in his life, and which is pretty impressive. Went a lot of times already this year. He knew the amount, which I cannot believe. But, you know, after 20, 30 years, you're following somebody, right? I mean, that could happen. And this guy says he's a big, big fan. What is the most you've gone to see one group? Give us a call, 877-927-6969. Let us know the amount, how many times you went, and think about it. Jimmy, can you think offhand how many times you went to see a group live?
The most I've seen, maybe Def Leppard 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
I was never really much of a concert guy. My brother was. I mean, he's 200. That pales in comparison to what my brother's done. And I don't say that to brag. It's just every weekend he would go. Almost every weekend. And he'd see the same show. He'd see the same show 3 or 4 nights in a row.
Of one group?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you remember offhand, what it was?
Oh, Boston.
Oh, really?
All those groups. Kansas, REO Speedwagon, back in the day.
Yeah.
The 70s and 80s time frame, something like that. He'd go out to Bread and Burn Arena, and again, like 2 or 3 nights in a row. If the the show was there for a couple nights, he'd go Styx. Yeah, all those band, Foreigner.
Yeah.
Van Halen. Just those are some of the 80s bands that were big then, and he loved that music. Stone Pony he'd go out to.
Oh, Jersey.
He usually stayed in that area, right? I mean, he didn't go out to like Nassau Coliseum too much, but every now and then he would, or the Garden. I was the one who went to Radio City Musical. I saw Iron Maiden there.
Yeah, I saw Boston there,
and that was wild because that's not a area for Iron Maiden. I mean, especially back then.
Yeah,
because they were they were considered a very hardcore group back in that day. Nowadays, it's classic rock. It's amazing. But yeah, he went to a whole bunch of shows.
Yeah, give us a call if you got a group that you've went to see a bunch of times, like to hear about it. I've seen the Stones 3 or 4 times, Billy Joel 3 or 4 times. Who else? I've seen Madonna a few times, maybe 3 or 4 over the years. U2, maybe 3 or 4 times. Harry Connick, a bunch of times at the Paramount years ago. George Michael a few times.
ABBA. Don't forget ABBA.
No, ABBA went as my alter ego.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, but definitely Stones, and I think Billy Joel 4 times, 3 times over a lifetime. Who do we have on hold, Jimmy?
We got Anthony on the line. Anthony, welcome to the Penthouse.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, Anthony?
I love you guys. I've been listening since 1992 to Real Radio. Also, I'm just going to chime in on that whole thing you're talking about. I went to a concert, Rick James, radio with Ray Parker Jr. And Mass Production, in I think in the 80s, 79, 80s, at the Hollywood Sportatorium.
Okay.
But that's besides the point. The reason I called, Greek, I know you know about baseball cards, sports memorabilia.
Yeah.
My father is in disarray right now. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if he's going to pull through. But I totally forgot that I had bought, I got a set of football cards and a set of baseball cards from 1991.
Okay.
And I was going through them, and they had like Jimmy Johnson, Barry Sanders. I mean, there was cards in there that, I totally forgot I bought them because my family had car dealers back in the 70s and 80s and 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought them from a guy. So my input was, it's not even baseball, it's basketball cards from that era.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, who would I call to see
what they're worth?
I was going to give them to my son, but he would probably take them and sell them right away. So I'm thinking, well, I'm not going to give them to him and let him make the money. I might as well, if I can make money on them, I'll make them. But it's a set of Topps and Fleer, and it's like the whole set from 1991 and the whole set in the basketball cards.
We use Palm Beach. Palm Beach Autographs. Give them a call. We've been dealing with them for years, 20 years. They're in Wellington. They got a big store, and they might be able to put you in the right direction. That's the one I would recommend to call. And they could tell you maybe where you can find out about cards, baseball, basketball, football, what their value is monetarily.
Not only value, but they can authenticate it, if they've got any autographs on them as well. But a great place for that as well.
Autographs, I know that, but it was a whole set. I totally forgot I had them, but I gave them to my father, to put them up. And then now he's in the hospital. I don't know what's going to happen. So I went into the home and I seen them, and I'm like, I totally forgot I had them, but they're from 1991. It's a whole set from basketball and, the football. They got like Jimmy Johnson cards in there, Barry Sanders, and I'm like.
All right, hold on, brother. We got somebody who might be able to help you in our audience. Hold on.
Evan, welcome to the Penthouse.
Hey, buddy. Hey, guys. How you going? What's your name, sir?
Anthony.
Anthony, I'm Terry. Listen, when you, what did you say you had? You had Flair and they're 91s?
Flair 91, the whole set. Yes.
That's what he said. Flair, whole 91 set.
Okay.
And then I think it's Topps is the basketball cards.
What cards, what you want to look for when you get cards are rookies, the newer cards, or autograph cards. They're not going to be
worth
nothing
$20. I'm telling you now, there's nothing autographed.
All right, well, just check it out. I mean, Evan, I thank you. Appreciate you trying to jump in. Call Palm Beach Autographs, and they might be able to put you in the right direction, Butter. In Wellington.
Thank you, Greg.
No problem, pal. Have a great day. Always appreciate you listening. On topic today is concerts that you've gone to maybe between 3 or 10 times or any more. I had somebody who went to go see Springsteen over 200. He said he has a lot of the ticket stubs, which is tremendous. Not now because they don't do that anymore. But what have you gone to go see a lot of times? And let us know any experience. And just give us a call. Like I said, U2, I got to say at least 3 or 4 times. And definitely the Stones, definitely Billy Joel for me. But let us know. 877-927-6969. You can also email Jimmy at Real Radio 921.com. Give us an email. You can also text us. The text line is pretty simple. It's Real Radio 47142. I'm checking that arbitrarily. I'm going by once in a while and checking it out like a hot girl at a store. And every once in a while, maybe stop by and pick up something and say, I'm going to just stop by, check it out, and see what's going on. But, yeah, let us know what that is. Again, the top one was a guy, Springsteen, over 200 times. If you got more than 200 times more than that, I want to hear about it because that is a super-duper fan. And also the amount of money you must have spent because this guy said he flew all over the world. He saw him in Europe. Saw him every single place. So I cannot imagine that. But that is a super fan. Put vacations around when Springsteen was going to be a certain spot.
That's dedication.
Oh, yeah. That's a super big fan, too.
Speaking of concerts, and I teased it earlier, Eddie Van Halen's guitar is going to be up for auction.
Okay.
Have you guys talked about this?
No.
No? One of the most iconic guitars of all time is hitting the auction block. Eddie's guitar, the Van Halen, it's the one from the Hot for the Teacher video.
Okay.
And, of course, he also used it in his 83 and 84 touring. It's the one that we mostly know of, the Stratocaster that's red with the white stripes on it and the 3 black stripes
I've
on
seen
it.
that.
Most people know that one pretty well. The opening bid is $1.8 million, but they think it's going to fetch over $3 million.
Wow.
And I'm not surprised by that at all. Matter of fact, if it doesn't get more than that, I would be shocked. I mean, $3 million would be on a low scale to me.
Really?
I mean, that at least to me. I mean, that is just one of the most
Iconic.
recognizable the guitars in history of rock and roll, in my opinion. But yeah, who's that? Sotheby's has that one.
Okay.
And you can check that
The
out
auction house.
on there. Yeah, Sotheby's auction house has it. Eddie gave the guitar to one of the band drum techs when he retired in 1990, and it's changed ownership a bunch of times like that. I wonder if, so I'd love to know the story behind that. I mean, how do you give that away?
He probably just maybe somebody liked and he said, "Here, man, you want to take it?"
Or if he's got, well, I could see Eddie giving it to the guy from the group. I mean, the tech or something like that. But I'm surprised that he would give it up. I think that would be something you'd hold on to, unless he's got a bunch of them. I mean, who knows? I mean,
money.
You're the drum tech for Van Halen for all those years. I'm sure you've got plenty of memorabilia from the group. So,
but something like
or
that,
if he sold it, that'd be different. It just says that it got passed around through ownership. I don't know if it was sold or not, but that's going to be up for auction. They're saying $2 to $3 million. I don't know, boy. I would think it'd get more than that, but
he might.
I guess we'll find out.
All you need is 2 people to bid on it.
It's true,
and then it'll get over it.
Yeah.
It is the Penthouse. It is a Tuesday. We got a giveaway coming back to you right after a trifecta, and we'll tell you where Odell landed. It is the Penthouse. Peace.
The bad news, the brain isn't all that great at hearing stuff and remembering it. The good news, you can watch us too. Like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Real Radio 92.1.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. We're going to continue to see some scattered showers as we move across our Tuesday. Skies are otherwise partly to mostly cloudy. Temperatures are in the 70s, and it stays windy. Winds are out of the east-northeast, around 20 miles an hour with higher gusts. We'll see thicker clouds late this evening and overnight. More rainfall moves in for Wednesday.
This report is sponsored by the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Service.
Produce tastes better when it's grown closer to home. So eat good tonight. Look for the Sunny Fresh from Florida logo where you shop. Learn more at followfreshfromflorida.com.
Hey, it's Greek from Monroe's and Palm Beach. Adult entertainment and upscale dining. Full bar, full liquor, fully nude. 7 days a week. It's Monroe's and Palm Beach. The best view in the house is always at Monroe's. Make sure you stop by there to enjoy a great meal or a sporting event. Whatever you got on your agenda, Monroe's makes it a great evening. Beautiful ladies, only at Monroe's. Peace.
Eating good is about more than just tasty food. Eating good is about doing good, too. And that's exactly what Fresh from Florida is all about. Supporting local Florida farmers, creating jobs in our communities, and of course, making sure you can enjoy all the fresh flavors Florida has to offer. Because produce tastes better when it's grown closer to home. So eat good tonight. Look for the Sunny Fresh from Florida logo where you shop. Learn more at followfreshfromflorida.com.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Tara, quote, "My doctor wanted me to do saline rinses for my allergies, but I've never been able to successfully use a neti pot. Navage uses suction power, so it's foolproof. There are nights when I'll have particularly bothersome allergies. I'll bust it out, and the results are immediate. It's such a relief. It's become a lifesaver." Unquote. She's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering professional-grade industrial supplies, plus real-time product availability and access to experts ready to answer your toughest questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit NoTimeToWait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
If April is showering your company with open job positions, check out Indeed. Their all-in-one hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one place. Sponsor your first job today and get hiring by visiting Indeed.com/credit.
For more information about contests on the station, visit realradio921.com/rules.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in an accident and would like to know the value of your case, go to forthepeople.com to see cases just like yours. You see, all lawyers are not the same. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
It's springtime in South Florida, which means things are heating up. Hey, it's Megan, and I have the perfect spirit to help you cool off in the Florida heat. It's Knox & Dunn Florida Rum. It's distilled, blended, and aged right here in Florida, but the best part is the taste. How refreshing does a mojito with Knox & Dunn Florida Rum sound for a refreshing twist? Or crack open your favorite ginger beer and pour yourself a Florida Mule made with Knox & Dunn. Knox & Dunn is so versatile that even whiskey and bourbon drinkers have made the switch. I know I have. Ask for Knox & Dunn Florida Rum at your favorite liquor store today.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In office, West Palm Beach. Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Things are getting worse on the Turnpike before they'll get better. This is southbound just before Lake Worth Road. We've got all the lanes blocked on the southbound side now. So again, that is a spot you'll want to avoid. Southbound on the Turnpike. If you are heading south, you're coming up on Okeechobee Boulevard. Make your exit there and avoid it. 95 is accident-free. I'm Joel Malkin.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. If you're like many people, you may think custom blinds is a job for expensive professionals. Well, at Blindster, if you have a tape measure and a screwdriver, you can install our custom blinds and save big. Plus, we guarantee they'll fit. Blindster.com.
We tend not to think about right now, but right now in front of us is
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast.
Sharif Smoke Show. Ooh la la.
Yo, Jimmy, welcome back, brother. It wasn't the same without you, man. Sharice was hitting a bunch of wrong buttons, doing some things, but you know what? She's cute, so we let it go. I think it's absolutely hilarious that you said the seas were completely calm when you were out there, and now Franny gets on a boat and keeping in like her track record, those seas are rough right now. She is going back and forth in that swimming pool. I'm gonna laugh when she comes back and says it was another rough.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the Penthouse on a Tuesday. Hope you guys are having a good day and enjoying yourself. I know the rain is out there sporadically. We got to get a couple days of rain. So, a couple, come on, maybe 20 a year. Can't bitch about that. At 11:45, we got a giveaway for you. And don't forget, you got a chance to win $1,000 every hour with the keyword from our boy, Rover. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good morning.
Jimmy back in the house after he was out last week. You were missed. We're glad you're back and glad you had a great time. And Franny picked up this week. No, she's on a cruise. So it is time for a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Creek's trifecta.
All right, the Rays won again last night. They are 10-0, best record in baseball. They have scored the most runs in baseball in 10 games, and they've let up the least. One of the reasons why they're 10-0. And you know what also they are last in? Attendance. One of the games over the weekend, they had 11,000 people. That is unbelievable. That Monroe's does more than that. Are you kidding me? Let's go. Let's go. Come on, people. Get out there in Tampa and celebrate and get behind this team. Tampa Bay Lightning, always a good crowd, and the football team, always a good crowd. We'll see this year without Brady, but Tampa Bay, 10-0. The Miami Heaters, they got a game tonight in Miami. They are playing in a playoff game. It's a play-in game against the Hawks. They are laying 5 points. I don't know about that. I think the Heat can win, but I don't know if I'd be laying points with them thanks to DraftKings. The Heaters playing. And then Odell, speaking of Miami, he was there Sunday night with him and Lamar hanging out at Prime 112. And then after that, they went to LIV. They were at the nightclub hanging out, having a good time, doing what they got to do. And you would think that this means that Lamar is going to stay with the Ravens. And all those hours and hours of talk of him leaving and him going and him sending out stuff was just out there. Because it does seem to me that Odell would not sign with the Ravens if Lamar was not going to be there. And that's just not me. That's the world in the NFL. NFL, again, it's 365 days a year. It's a sport. People talk about it. We don't know what's going to happen with Rodgers, but this is going on. So I don't believe that Odell signs with the Ravens. Also, he got a lot of money. 1 year, I believe $15 million is guaranteed. So that is a pretty big situation for the Ravens. Obviously, that'll help him. But I do think Lamar is going to end up signing with them. He's on the franchise tag now, but not an exclusive one, so we'll see what happens. I know he wanted more money, but I think right about this tells me he's going to stay. And that is your lunchtime trifecta. Peace.
Well, coming up in a few minutes, we're going to give you a chance to win tickets to see Avenged Sevenfold. It is their Live is Alive is But a Dream North American tour with special guest Falling in Reverse Saturday, September 16th at I Think Financial Amphitheater. Greek brought up, speaking of concerts, Greek brought up a topic the last segment saying what is the most seen show that you've gone to, but you talked about somebody that you saw had seen Springsteen for over 200 times. So what is the show that you've seen the most? Speaking of which, too, I thought this was go hand in hand with it. Finance Buzz analyzed data on the resale market for recent concerts.
Okay.
Right? So it was seeing when the best time is to buy concert tickets using data from SeatData.io. They were able to analyze thousands of tickets purchased to find out when demand for tickets is highest, when music lovers paid the most, and the least for tickets. And so here's a little info on that. So let's try to save you some money. A new study looked into this. They also looked into StubHub, too, which is another big one that's out there. What they said is the best time is the day of the show.
Yeah, it's
Believe
amazing.
it or not.
Yeah, they always say that.
Something we've heard that with football tickets and whatnot. If you can catch a guy there, right? He'll pay about 33% less than average if you can hold out until that day and maybe snag some tickets from somebody who's desperate to sell them. So that's something that we've talked about in the past. This just actually kind of confirmed it. The second best prices are during the week of the show. So, again, close by, somebody wants to unload them and just don't want to get stuck with them. So, really, the longer you can hold out on buying tickets, the less you'll end up paying. The most expensive prices are more than 3 months before the show, which is usually when the tickets go go on sale, and they have the most hype. So obviously people are out there trying to push it. But and then the second worst is 2 to 3 months before the show. But yeah, if you can hold out to the day of, just more and more data coming out to show that that's the time to actually buy tickets for a concert. I would imagine that seems to be specifically for concerts, but I imagine it's the same for sporting events.
Yeah, I think the only thing that's hard for a lot of people is they like to plan, when they're going to go. But I think that is a good thing.
And there's no guarantee.
There's no guarantee.
There's no guarantee you're going to find tickets. Somebody, either scalping them outside or whether they're even available on like StubHub or something like that, right?
Yeah, I think even though there's such a big flow of, everybody getting on stuff online, there's still those guys or people there selling tickets. The only thing you got to think of is that you're going to go for parking because you got to pay no matter where you go. And if you got to drive, like, say you're going out of Miami to go to a Heat game or Hard Rock, you got a 45-minute ride and maybe you don't get them. There's people I know who got Super Bowl tickets 10 minutes after they started. Again, you got to go through the whole transaction.
But that's scalpers.
Yeah, of course.
This was secondhand market stuff.
Yeah, but I'm saying no matter what it is, it's a chance that you take, and like you said. But if it's closed and you're driving, it's not bad. That you just say, okay, because who wouldn't want to spend 30%?
And now everything is done online. So, you buy the tickets, boom, you've got them right in your inbox. So it's not like you have to worry about them being mailed to you. Remember those days?
Oh, God.
You call up Ticketmaster and, get a set of tickets for whatever KISS or something like that. By the way, that was another group that my brother saw. He absolutely loved KISS.
Oh, you said.
Gazillion times he's
That's
seen
amazing.
KISS, yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, too, like me and Johnny years ago, Johnny was with us for a long, long time. Him and I went to a national championship game, Gators in Oklahoma, and I'll never forget. It was a father and son, and they bought tickets, and they weren't good.
Oh, that's right. I remember that story.
It was sad. It was so bad that you almost wanted to give him your tickets.
Yeah.
He was a little kid. He was like 10 or 12 years old. I remember looking at his dad. What do you mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The father was talking to the cops, and the guy was like, he was just right here. Guy's gone. 2 seconds, blink.
Yeah. And there's nothing you can do.
No, it's done.
Nothing.
No.
At best, be lucky to maybe their security, but what are you going to do with that at that point? Even if they catch the guy, the money's going to be gone. It was probably cash.
No, it's kind of 2 seconds. A guy gets in, somebody pulls up, and they get in the car and they leave. But that's sad. But yeah, the day of the event, it's a little bit. It's not as convenient, obviously. But if you can save almost 35%, that's a lot.
Yeah.
It really
you can hold out, you look online last minute, catch yourself. It's one way to think about it. But again, you got to have stones.
My buddy, one of my friends, I thought about it. He's been doing it for years, never has tickets to concerts or to sporting events. Goes all the time like that. And if he gets them, he gets them. If he doesn't, he doesn't. You know what I mean? I remember when we lived in the city, he was like, I'm going to go down to the Garden tonight and see the Knicks. I said, oh, you got tickets? He goes, no, I buy them outside.
It's kind of nice having that if you're close by.
Yeah,
like
jump on a
that.
subway.
You mentioned that as far as planning something out like that. If you're 2 hours or plus away from the venue, it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
If you don't have them in hand. But, especially if you're going to try the scalper route.
Oh, of course. Yeah, but I think that it's like you said, that's your best opportunity if you're going to do something like that.
Well, here's your best opportunity. How about free tickets to Avenged Sevenfold?
Can't beat
They're
that.
going to be playing at, I think, Financial Amphitheater Saturday, September 16th. Look at that. It's not even a school night, kids. They're going to have special guest Falling in Reverse, and we've got a pair of tickets for you right now. Give us a call, 877-927-6969. We're going to play a game called He Said, She Said. This one's super simple. I'm going to read you a quote, and you just got to let us know. Did Greek say it? Did Franny say it? Or did I say it? For a pair of tickets to see Avenged Sevenfold. Tickets on sale this Friday at 10 a.m., but you can win them before you can even buy them right now. Give us a call, 877-927-6969.
There it is, people. Those are the tickets. Great opportunity for you. Give us a call. We see those phone lines lighting up, 877-927-6969. Miami Heat tonight in Miami. Get down there, support the Heat. Haslam played on Sunday, his last game as a Heater, home in the regular season. 20 years he played with the Miami Heat, scored 24 points. He is unbelievable what he's done for his franchise. He was around for all 4 championships, and in 20 years, they went to the NBA Finals 6 times. So hats off to him. Really going to miss him, his leadership. I'm sure he's going to get a job with the Heat in the front office, administration or something like that, maybe scouting, but I'm sure that's not the last we saw of Haslam. We got the play-in game, like I said, tonight. They're taking on the Hawks. He's going to be there. But his last game was Sunday. He's dropped in 24 points. Over 40 years old, just a great career with the Heaters. And Mr. Miami, went to high school in Miami, and then played at the University of Florida. Mr. Florida all around, and has him, like I said, great, just a guy you look at, lunch pail guy, busts his ass every night, get those rebounds, score some points. But Sunday, they had a big thing for him in the Heat. Number 40, definitely in your program, number 1 on our hearts. Hats off to him. Again, great career with the Heat. He played 20 years in the NBA, which is unbelievable. And I said 4 championships with the Miami Heat and 6 overall NBA finals that he appeared in. 877-927-6969. We're going to play a game. He said, she said, he said. It could be Franny, me, or Jimmy. And we're going to get you people on once Jimmy is ready.
Yep, we are ready, and we are starting today's contest with Andrew. Andrew, welcome to the Penthouse.
Hello. Thanks.
Andrew, what's happening? How long have you been listening to Real Radio?
10 plus years or so.
Oh, well, thank you for listening.
Wonderful. Well, tell you what, a decade worth of listening to us. Let's see if we can get you set up with a pair of tickets to see Avenged Sevenfold. They're going to be at, I Think, Financial Amphitheater Saturday, September 16th. We're going to play a little game called He Said, She Said, buddy. And I'm going to read you a quote. All you got to do is let us know. Did Greek say it? Did Franny say it? Or did I say it? Okay, bud?
All right.
All right. Let's see if we can find a good one for you. Okay. How about this one? Why is there a hole down there? Why is there a hole down there? Did Greek say that? Did Franny say that? Or did I say that?
Sounds like something Greek would say.
Sorry, that one was Miss Franny.
Why is there a hole down there?
I wonder why she was asking. Sorry about that, Andrew. Right? Susie's happy that Andrew got that wrong because she is next in line. Susie, welcome to the Penthouse.
Hi, guys.
Hey, Susie, how are you today?
Doing good, doing good.
How long have you been listening to Real Radio?
Oh, only about 2 years.
Wow. What do you think?
Not too bad, not too bad.
Okay, we'll take it.
I'll take not too bad. All right, Susie. Well, thank you for 2 years. Maybe we can turn that 2 into 20. And maybe we can do it by giving you a pair of tickets to see Avenged Sevenfold. How's that sound?
Oh, fingers crossed.
All right, all right. Here is your quote for He Said, She Said. Let me take this in good. Let me take this in good. Did Greek say that? Did Franny say that? Or did I say that?
Oh, Jimmy, I'm going to say you said it.
Sorry about that. That was our good buddy Mr. Greek over here saying it.
Yes. Let me take this in good.
Let me take this in good. Sorry about that, Susie. Better luck next time. And let's see. We got to move on to Tim now. Tim, welcome to the Penthouse.
What's going on, fellas?
Tim, thanks for listening, brother. So much. Appreciate that. How long have you been listening to Real Radio?
No, I'm a veteran. Since 2004.
All right.
You deserve to win.
That's awesome. Yeah, you sure do. You knew the first two, right?
Yes, sir.
I thought so. All right, buddy. Well, let's see if you know the third so that we can hook you up with a pair of tickets to see Avenged Sevenfold. I'm going to read you a quote, Tim. Here it is. Your quote is, "Give it to me in the morning. Give it to me in the morning." Did Greek say that? Did Franny say that? Or did I say that?
I'm going to say Greek said that.
Sorry, that was Miss Francis.
Give it to me in the morning.
Not sure what it is, but she wants it in the morning.
Cheerios.
Damn it. Sorry about that, Tim. All right, next up we have Mike on the line. Mike, welcome to the Penthouse.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up, Mike? How you doing, my man? You doing okay today on this Tuesday?
Doing great, doing great.
Cool. How long have you been listening to Real Radio?
At least 15 years.
All right, we got another seasoned veteran on the line here with Mike. Mike, let's see if we can get you set up with a pair of tickets to see Avenged Sevenfold. I'm going to read you a quote. Let us know. Greek, me, or Franny said it, and here is your quote. Who doesn't tweak their ass? Who doesn't tweak their ass? Did Greek say that? Did Franny say that? Or did I say that?
I'd say that's definitely Greek.
Oh, well, nope. Sorry, that one was me. Who doesn't tweak their ass? Mm-hmm.
Oh, stumbling him.
Damn it. All
Jimmy
right.
coming out. He's away a week, and he comes back strong.
There it is. All right, hold on. I got to cross that one off the list.
Oh, my God.
All right. Well, sorry about that, Mike. Next up, we have, what's your name, please?
Hello? Yeah, what's up?
Hi.
Hi, you calling for the contest, buddy?
Yes, I am. Let's have it.
What's your name, pal?
My name's Paul.
Paul? All right, Paul. Are you a big fan of Avenged Sevenfold?
Yes, I am.
All right, let's see if we can get you set up with a pair of tickets to go see them. We're playing He Said, She Said. I'm going to read you a quote. You got to let us know whether Greek said it, whether Franny said it, or whether I said it, okay?
Okay.
All right, here is your quote. It sucks up nearly everything it can find. It sucks up nearly everything it can find. Did Greek say that? Did Franny say that? Or did I say that?
I'm going to go with Franny said that.
All right, that's right. Franny is the one that said it, and this is what it sounded like. Boom.
That sucks up nearly everything it can find.
And whatever it was, apparently I thought it was funny as hell. All right, nice job, Paul. I'm going to put you on hold. If you would, hang tight. When we go to break here in a couple of minutes, I'm going to get back on the line off air, get a little more info from you, and we'll get you set up with those tickets. Okay, pal?
All right, thanks a lot, guys.
All right, nice job, Paul. How about that, huh?
Great job.
Apparently,
Thank you.
it sucks up everything it can find. Do you remember what that was about? Because I don't.
I do. I think that was that like cleaner thing. She has that little machine that bops around her house.
The machine that bops around the house.
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, you know,
Perfect.
whatever the hell it's called.
Whatever now.
Bops around the house and just picks up all her stuff.
There aren't too many things that I can complain that we didn't have a good time with on the cruise this last week. But one of the things that did kind of suck was whenever you got around the ship, you have to take elevators, right? And I don't deal with we don't deal with them too much around here.
Mm-hmm.
But you're going up 7 or 8 flights of decks on the ship, and you got to use the elevators, and it was kind of a hassle from time to time because it's crowded. The ship was loaded. I had like over 3,000 people on it.
Wow.
But so it was pretty much the capacity. But I got a scenario here that involves an elevator, and I'll ask you, and we can ask the audience too, and I'll even give my input on it. So here's the scenario. You're on an elevator, the doors are about to close, and someone comes running up. I'm sure we've all been there, right?
Yeah.
Do you try to hold the door, do nothing, or secretly push the closed doors button? A new poll asked people if they've ever intentionally hit the button to close an elevator door because they wanted to leave that person behind. 31% of us admit that they've done that, and 61% of people claim they haven't, and 61% of people lied. Somebody's done it at some point in time. The people most likely to admit were millennials in the Northeast. No surprise there. While boomers from the Midwest are least likely to do it. And 36% of people say they think it's happened to them. Of course, someone else had to close the doors in their face. But here's the only thing. Only 43% of people think those close the doors buttons actually work. I'll tell you what, I saw it this whole trip.
Yeah.
They do. Or at least they do on
the cruise ship.
The elevators on that cruise ship. Sure did. 25% think they do absolutely nothing, and 12% think they actually slow the process of closing the doors. But has it ever happened to you?
Yeah, I mean, now my new living arrangement, elevators, everything, you can take the stairs. But again, it's only 7 flights, so it's not a big deal. I think some people would do it if it's a bigger building more or like when I'm at the Wynn, and you're like on the 60th floor and you got to go down, it could take a lot if there's a lot of people.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
It constantly stops.
And that's not really something you have the option of taking the stairs for.
No, that you can't.
Because that's one of the things, like when I was on a cruise ship, if I could take the stairs, I would take the stairs.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, Carla, my wife, she's got bad knees. She can't do the stairs.
That's a lot.
So, you got to, anytime if I was alone or something, I would try to do that because it's quicker.
Yeah.
It's much quicker to take the stairs a lot of times, especially if you're only going up 1 or 2 flights. But, if you got to go over and wait for the elevator, a lot of times it goes all the way down to come all the way back. You know it. I mean, it's all happened. But the idea is when you were on the elevator, have you ever pushed the closed door button when somebody was trying to come in?
No, I can't think I have. And this is the only time, like I said, I've ever lived with an elevator. The only time.
But all your years in New York, all the elevators you've been on?
Yeah, maybe 1 or 2 times if I was with a girl alone.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And we were like, jamming a little.
Jamming. Yeah.
But that's about it.
Yeah, close those doors.
Yeah, so, I mean...
you, Julia Roberts, going up to the penthouse suite, right? Isn't that how it was set, right? Wasn't that the setting?
I think I was with the brother, Eric.
Chase your own. Judge free zone here.
I think that's what happened to me. No, but I think, like you said, because the thing in a building where I live again, if you do it to somebody, odds are you're going to see them again.
Well, that's the case, right?
Yeah. And it doesn't take anything to be nice. Like I said, it's 2 seconds, you're down. But I can see at big elevators, work in the city, tons of stuff. But like I said, at the casino, maybe you lose. And you're going up, you're like, oh, man, you
screw him.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with it. Yeah, but I could see that. But
I got to get out of this building. I just lost $2,000. I got to go. I ain't waiting for you. Forget it, pal.
I can't get out of here fast enough. Now, if it's somebody that you might think is a little on the easy on the eyes, you're putting the arm out.
You're putting the arm out. You're putting a leg out. You're hitting the open button.
Yeah.
You're hitting everything.
There was a gentleman, you'll love this story, last week who just moved into my building from England. So he didn't know anything about anything. And I was walking down. He was walking behind me. And again, somebody's walking to the elevator. At least you assume it. And I said, are you taking the elevator? He said, yes. And I waited. He got on. And then he was asking me different things. Brand new, only here 2 weeks, where he could eat and everything like that. And I was trying to just tell him, you go right here. And by where I live, there is a big center where there's a big store, shopping store, and like 10 restaurants.
So you're trying to give him directions. Oh, boy.
And that's
where is he now? Kansas.
He's in Hialeah.
He's visiting Kristen from Kansas right now.
The only reason
it's 87 degrees. It's going to snow next week.
The only reason it worked is because I said to him, I go, and you can see it. I said, bro, just walk right there.
Yeah, you can see the P for Publix.
Yeah,
it's right there.
Yeah. It's not Publix, but it's close. And I was just like, that's where you go. There's a bunch of restaurants. But he was so nice. The reason I'm telling the story is a day later, he saw me again. He goes, wow, I hope everybody's as nice as you. And like Dylan, I said, I can never give you directions. I said, I only pointed that way because it's simple.
Yeah.
If not, I would get lost.
Oh, yeah.
But on the elevator, no, I don't think I've ever done it to somebody. And the other thing in my building, I've talked about it, everybody has pets. Everybody has a dog. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you cut some, you got to watch the animal and that. But yeah, I would never do it. No, not on purpose.
No, especially now. No. I mean, I'm sure when we were kids, maybe, right? You do that, or whether you're being spiteful or just playing a joke on something. Yeah. But it's the one thing I noticed that people were very friendly on the cruise ship, and every time somebody was coming up, we'd always hold it open if there was room. You know, again, I mean, those elevators get packed quick.
Yeah, I don't like. That's one thing I don't like. Yeah. Like I have seen elevators where I think there's too many people, and I'll wait.
Right.
I'll be like, I'll wait. I'm good. I don't like getting on when it's packed.
Yeah. Well, you don't want to cram in to make it any worse.
No, I don't want to cram in.
Now, is this something that is it just because you don't want to be close to the people, or everybody's going to be manhandling you, once they see you, or is it the or are you afraid of it crashing?
No, I just don't. If it's too crowded, I won't get on. I just won't. I just don't. I'm like, I'll wait to the next time. And I'm never
Great answer. Thank you.
It's too crowded, yeah. I'm not going to worry about the manhandling.
Great answer.
You feel like you're back?
Nice.
I felt like I was gone. Yeah, no, I just be like, I'm going to wait. And some people give you a look, too. I've noticed that. Like, if you go like, I'm going to wait, you know what I mean?
Right.
I've seen that. They're looking at like, really? What the hell are you doing? But it's like, yeah, it's to each his own. But again, it's just common courtesy. That is a thing in society that's just like holding the door, or maybe if you're in line someplace and you're there and somebody's there and you look at them like, hey, go ahead, you were here before me, something like that. You know what I never see people do is give you a little break in a lottery line. Like if they're waiting for a ticket, they're like, I'm here.
Oh, well, lines.
Or
lines
the track.
Yeah.
Those things, no. It is the Penthouse. It is a Tuesday. We're going to come back with some fun facts. I know Jimmy's got a story about the lottery and a lot more on a Tuesday. We'll be back. Peace.
Got something to say? Text us at 47142. Start your message with Real Radio. Standard data and message rates apply, and don't text while driving.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. We're going to continue to see some scattered showers as we move across our Tuesday. Skies are otherwise partly to mostly cloudy. Temperatures are in the 70s, and it stays windy. Winds are out of the east-northeast around 20 miles an hour with higher gusts. We'll see thicker clouds late this evening and overnight. More rainfall moves in for Wednesday.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Since 2010, Blindster has sold millions of custom blinds, shades, and shutters to satisfied customers across the country with 20,000 5-star reviews and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Custom blinds at low prices and free shipping. Blindster.com.
In this week's Marketers Report, Raja Rajamanar, Chief Marketing and Communications Officer of MasterCard, talks about measurement.
Measuring Sonic and Sonic branding, the principles of measurement are the same, but the parameters that you measure are different. We measured, and what we find is our investment is paying for itself in oodles.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, conversations, trusted influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. Go to iHeartResults.com for more.
Hey, it's Greek for Tito's Handmade Vodka. They've been doing it for 25 years, putting a great product on the shelves for you. Whatever you're doing, Tito's adds to it. If you're playing some golf, how about some Tito's? Tough day at work? How about some Tito's? And if you just want to celebrate being in South Florida, it's Tito's Handmade Vodka. And on April 15th, the locker room will be live at the Tito's Raw Bar at Gulfstream Park. You're in the winner's circle every time with Tito's Handmade Vodka. Peace!
Could you use some extra help meeting basic needs? Like putting food on the table or paying the rent? Keeping your home warm and the lights on? Buying new shoes for growing feet? Or help with medical needs? Find out about the Supplemental Security Income Program, SSI, administered by Social Security. It's money you can use to help pay for basic needs like food, clothing, shelter, or medical needs. You could receive monthly SSI payments if your income and financial resources are low and you are 65 or older, or an adult or child with a disability, or who is blind. Call 1-800-772-1213 or go to ssa.gov/SSI to learn more about SSI and start the application process today. That's ssa.gov/SSI. This message produced by Social Security at U.S. taxpayer expense.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're starting to speak another language. Like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right. And they're designed by real language teachers, so you learn how to have real-world conversations, things you'll actually use.
It's incredible. After using Babbel, I'm ready to start having real conversations in French.
There's all kinds of ways to learn. Use Babbel's podcasts or games or videos. You can even join live classes with a language teacher.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
Babbel.
Babbel. Babbel. Évidemment.
Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
Quitting nicotine isn't easy, which is why Tobacco-Free Florida offers free tools and services like free 2-week starter kits of Quit Aids. We're also trying out music to help motivate smokers to quit.
Not another cigarette would be late. Now there's someone living tobacco-free. It's you.
Wow. Okay. Maybe we'll just stick to the ways we know work. Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com or call 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW for free nicotine patches.
Eric was way behind on his taxes.
I owed a lot of money to the IRS, almost $15,000. I tried to make payments.
The IRS wasn't satisfied with Eric's efforts, so they came after him full force.
They're coming to put a lien and a hold on all my income, my home, my car. I was just overwhelmed at what to do.
Then Eric called Optima Tax Relief.
When Optima Tax got involved, the calls would stop, the threats would stop. It was easy like 1, 2, 3.
Optima Tax Relief is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, and their team of expert tax professionals took care of Eric's problem.
I owe $15,000, and now my debt is clean. I don't owe anything.
Take Eric's advice.
If you have a tax problem, you need to call Optima Tax now.
Call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Did you know your completely free iHeartRadio app is also your home for hit podcasts? New for you this week, check out On Purpose with Jay Shetty, discussing philosophy, life, and conversations with the biggest stars in the world. Listen today on your free iHeartRadio app.
iHeartRadio.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Injured? Just dial pound law. That's all. Morgan & Morgan, America, and now the universe's largest injury law firm.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
You've been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Hey, money. Enter it now at realradio921.com and good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
Yo, you guys are talking about elevators. One time when I was in college, we're watching the Super Bowl and everybody ordered all their pizzas, right? So at the halftime show, we all pile in, go down, get the pizzas. We get back in the elevator, going up, way overcrowded. The damn thing gets stuck. Girls were crying. We ended up being in the elevator for the entire second half of the Super Bowl. Missed the entire thing. It sucked. People were peeing in corners. It wasn't a great time. Definitely claustrophobic. Won't do that again.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Wow, that was a tough story. Man, that was tough. Man, people in the corners.
What was worse, peeing in the corner or missing the Super Bowl?
I'm sure missing the Super Bowl sucks. But I mean, it's a bet. If you lose, you're like, you get off the elevator, you're like, wow, that's a long time to be stuck in an elevator.
Oof.
I would flip out. That's a long time. I mean, really crazy to be stuck that long. If you got a story like that, let us know. 877-927-6969. Also, you can email Jimmy at realradio921.com. If you like listening at us, listening to us, you might like looking at us more. Go to Real TV on our website. Check us out in studio, Jimmy and the Greek today. Franny's on vacation. She's on a cruise, having a great time. Jimmy just got back from a cruise. It'll be a trivia question, maybe one day for tickets. What is the longest time Jimmy's ever taken off for? And the answer would be a cruise. Good afternoon, Jimmy.
Hello and good afternoon.
Do we have some fun facts about cruises?
We sure don't.
Okay, good.
Actually, since today is National Pet Day, I have a couple of fun facts about pets.
Cool.
There are 85 million dogs in America and over 60 million cats. And that's not even including strays, something I saw on vacation.
Wow, 85 million dogs.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get into the dog selling business.
40% of us are dog people and 20% are cat people. Just over 30% like both equally. Boo. And 8% don't like either. We don't trust people as much if they don't like pets. We've heard that over and over again, right?
Yeah.
Over a third of Americans say it makes someone seem less trustworthy if they don't like pets.
I don't think it has anything to do with it, but yeah, what are you going to do? People out there, that's what they think.
91% of pet owners say their pet is part of the family.
I agree with that.
I would say that should be or closer to 100% because most people say. I don't think I've ever heard somebody say otherwise. 30. Well, I guess maybe depends on if it's like a pet goldfish or something. 33% of dog owners also say their dog is one of their best friends.
Believe that.
21% of cat owners said the same, and 14% also just feel like their cat's servant sometimes. I've heard that one too. 83% of Americans think pets are capable of love. 88% of dog owners think their dog loves them. 81% of cat owners said the same. As far as capable of love, I've seen a couple of videos recently where dogs are watching The Lion King.
Okay.
And they actually react to what's happening on the screen.
Wow.
Where they get sad when one of the characters dies.
Oh.
just kind of weird.
Amazing.
You wouldn't think that they would understand what's going on, but apparently they do.
Mm-hmm.
More than half of pet owners let their pets sleep with them. 60% said yes, at least sometimes. I think that number's higher. Most cat and dog owners have talked to their pet at length. Not just a word or two, but full conversations. 60% of dog owners and 52% of cat owners said they do it.
I know people who text with their dogs and cats.
I know. That's great that they can text back.
Yeah.
Especially the ones that can talk back.
Which is awesome.
58% of us think walking a cat on a leash is fine. Only 6% strongly disapprove of it. I don't disapprove of it, but
it's a little different.
I think it seems a little weird.
A little odd.
56% of pet owners have bought their pet a birthday or Christmas present before. We do every year. So I think most people do. 38% have thrown a party or birthday celebration for a pet. How about that, huh?
I can see that.
Take them to Monroe's.
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
And 24% have dressed them up in a costume for a special occasion.
That I can see, too.
Yeah, you see that a lot during the holidays. Finally, on this list, 48% of Americans think pets can go to heaven. 95% of people in their group think their pet will go to heaven. I don't know if I think they will. I just want them to. There's some fun facts about pets since today is National Pet Day.
One thing I see a lot of that I'm pretty amazed is that people have carriages for their dogs. And they
yeah.
I see that a lot.
You have to, especially when you travel. It's very good to have them in a kennel.
No. I'm talking about little baby carriages in the
baby carriages.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I thought you said carrier. I'm sorry.
Yeah, carriages. Like they'll get in and out of the elevator. They have a little carriage and the dog's in there.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And when you first get on, you think it's a child, obviously. You know what I mean? And then you look at it.
To them it is.
Yeah. And then you look at it, and it's Biffy.
Kid's
Miffy.
ugly.
Yeah. I would never say that.
Kid's awful hairy. What happened?
You might want to get a haircut.
I think he needs a shave.
Oh, my God. Jimmy, we got time for a phone call?
Sure, yeah. Welcome to the Penthouse. What's your name, please?
Hey, it's Huey, guys.
Hey, Huey, what's happening, pal?
What's up, buddy?
You got a pet, Huey?
Oh, I got 2 cats now, but I've had boxers and poodles in my life, yeah. The animals, when they die, they wait for us at Rainbow Bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, if you've heard of that, that's supposedly like, I guess they wait for us in heaven, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're on your way to hell as the person, you'll find your pet at the PGA Bridge. I'm just saying.
Oh, okay. I think that was a joke.
All right, we'll see what happens with that.
Is that a drawbridge by chance?
Yeah, the drawbridge. Yeah. Hey, on the concert front,
yeah.
I worked for Heart back in the early days, so I'm not going to count that. I grew up in the Seattle area. But in the summer of 1973, we went to see Led Zeppelin in Portland on Friday, Seattle on Saturday, and Vancouver, Canada on Sunday.
Wow.
Damn, that's a weekend.
So, yeah, I mean, I saw Zeppelin 6 times total, but those three nights in a row, I'm an old guy, I'm almost 70. I talked to some young rock and roll guys working on a boat I was on the other day. I told them that story of because I lived in Olympia, so it was like 105 miles to Portland, 60 miles to Seattle, and then another like 140 or something to Vancouver. So we went down, saw a show in Portland, came back home to Olympia, went and saw the show in Seattle, stayed all night there, and then drove to Vancouver the next day.
Wow.
That's dedication, baby.
Sure.
By the way, speaking of concerts, your last name wouldn't be Lewis, would it?
No, my full. I used to be Baby Huey back in the day before Rich made us up a nickname, so.
That's cool, man. Thank you.
No. All right, rock on.
Rock on, Huey. Thanks for the phone call, bud.
Rock
Appreciate
on.
it.
That is pretty cool. It is the Penthouse. Don't forget, you got a chance to win $1,000 a day. Just listen every time for the keyword from our boy Rover. We'll be back in a few minutes. Peace.
Rover's Morning Glory.
You're driving and a woman pulls up next to you to yell at you for allowing your dog to run around the front seat of your pickup truck while you drive on the highway.
She's having a fit. She's losing her mind.
Let's just recreate it here. I'll be the woman.
You need to keep that dog secure in your car. You can't see what you're doing. That dog's going to go through the windshield. You are a bad pet parent.
I soak it in for a second, and then I say, have you considered eating ass?
Rover's Morning Glory.
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10 on Real Radio 92.1 for the Palm Beaches and 101.7 for the Treasure Coast.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. We're going to continue to see some scattered showers as we move across our Tuesday. Skies are otherwise partly to mostly cloudy. Temperatures are in the 70s, and it stays windy. Winds are out of the east-northeast, around 20 miles an hour with higher gusts. We'll see thicker clouds late this evening and overnight. More rainfall moves in for Wednesday.
This report is sponsored by Tri-County Metals.
Get great looks, durability, and energy efficiency in your next roof at Tri-County Metals. Need financing? No problem. Tri-County Metals offers great financing options as well. Learn more at TriCountyMetals.com. Next day delivery is available. TriCountyMetals.com.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-334-2266. That's 800-334-2266. 800-334-2266.
I've been buying wholesale cars for 27 years, and every year, the way I know the market has peaked is my Bradford pear tree blooms. This morning I looked, and it is bloomed. The market is peaking. If you want to sell your car, this is the highest time of the year to do it right now. Just beat a guy today. A CarMax offer $3,000. They offered him $75 on his Corvette. I gave him $78. Why? Because the tree told me to. GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Hey, it's Greek from Monroe's and Palm Beach. Adult entertainment and upscale dining. Full bar, full liquor, fully nude. 7 days a week, it's Monroe's and Palm Beach. The best view in the house is always at Monroe's. Make sure you stop by there to enjoy a great meal or a sporting event. Whatever you got on your agenda, Monroe's makes it a great evening. Beautiful ladies, only at Monroe's. Peace.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you breaking news from the state of Florida. It's blueberry season! Fresh from Florida has the ripe, sweet blueberries you've been craving for cobblers, pancakes, and all your favorite homemade recipes. And best of all, buying fresh from Florida is a great way to support local farmers and jobs in our communities. You can find locally grown Florida blueberries in stores now. Just look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo or ask for Fresh from Florida where you shop.
We're Storm Smart. Here in Florida, that's a name people trust. And while storms may come and go, one thing's for sure. Storm Smart's here to stay. Smart is protecting our community today and tomorrow. Storm Smart.
Tobacco-free Florida knows how hard it is to quit nicotine, which is why we offer different quit options to choose from for free, like 24/7 quit coaches available over the phone and free 2-week starter kits of quit aids. We're even experimenting with 80s pop music.
I'm giving you up, giving you up, giving you up. I'm letting you go, I'm letting you never coming back to smoke. I'm never coming back to smoke. I'll never come back. I'm giving you up.
Or maybe we'll just stick to the ways we know work. Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com or call 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW for free nicotine patches.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. Together, we're Anajar and Levine. If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In office, West Palm Beach.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-334-2266. That's 800-334-2266. 800-334-2266.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering professional-grade industrial supplies, plus real-time product availability and access to experts ready to answer your toughest questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go, shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Hey, it's the Greek for Tito's Handmade Vodka. They've been doing it for 25 years, putting a great product on the shelves for you. Whatever you're doing, Tito's adds to it. If you're playing some golf, how about some Tito's? Tough day at work? How about some Tito's? And if you just want to celebrate being in South Florida, it's Tito's Handmade Vodka. And on April 15th, the locker room will be live at the Tito's Raw Bar at Gulfstream Park. You're in the winner's circle every time with Tito's Handmade Vodka. Peace!
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you breaking news from the state of Florida. It's blueberry season! Fresh from Florida has the ripe, sweet blueberries you've been craving for cobblers, pancakes, and all your favorite homemade recipes. And best of all, buying fresh from Florida is a great way to support local farmers and jobs in our communities. You can find locally grown Florida blueberries in stores now. Just look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo or ask for Fresh from Florida where you shop.
Good Greek moving and storage. Your superhero movers.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
We are still backed up on the turnpike in Lake Worth. This crash blocking all the southbound lanes. It is just on the north side of Lake Worth Road. And folks are getting by along the shoulder there. So that's a spot you'll want to avoid if you're not already stuck in it. Use 95, looking much better. In fact, accident-free throughout the Palm Beaches. I'm Joel Malkin.
This report is sponsored by Service Experts Heating and Air Conditioning.
Water heater worries? There's an expert for that. Let your local experts at Service Experts Heating and Air Conditioning give you worry-free hot water as low as $32.99 plus tax a month. Call 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
Pray.com's Meditative Prayers podcast is the best way to bring God's perfect peace into your night. Each meditative prayer helps you focus on God, fight anxiety, sleep better, and more.
As you close your eyes, ask God to come and have fellowship with you.
Prayers on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast.
You guys are talking about elevators. One time when I was in college, we're watching the Super Bowl and everybody ordered all their pizzas, right? So at the halftime show, we all pile in, go down, get the pizzas. We get back in the elevator, start going up, way overcrowded. The damn thing gets stuck. Girls were crying. We ended up being in the elevator for the entire second half of the Super Bowl. Missed the entire thing. It sucked. People were peeing in corners. It wasn't a great time. Definitely claustrophobic. Won't do that again.
You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Well, at least they had the pizza in the elevator. That's a good thing. Franny's on a cruise. Jimmy's back in the house. Jimmy, how are you, buddy?
Doing good. Good afternoon.
Back in the house. It is Real Radio. I am the Greek. And talking about traveling, Jimmy and Franny have definitely gone on some vacations. And now all of a sudden I want to get a passport and I want to travel with a certain individual. And we're going to see, maybe, they always say you need a reason to do something. So now I think for the first time I have a reason to travel.
Oh, what's his name?
His name is Julio.
Nice. Julio. Still down by the schoolyard, huh? Actually, I replayed that talkback, too, because we got an email in, Jimmy@realradio921.com, and I replayed it because I wanted to play Sarah B's laugh there.
Yes.
Because Sarah wrote into us saying, Jimmy, Greek doesn't mind being manhandled. How does he feel about being woman-handled? Whether or not I hold the door depends on, are they close? Are they trying to hurry to the door or taking their ever-loving time? Are my hands full? Am I able to hit the button or try to block the door from closing? If I can, I try to hold the door. So that's from our good friend Sarah B. out in Nashville on the subject of whether or not you would hold the door, the elevator door for somebody if they were coming into the elevator, or if you would hit the close button.
Sarah B., she's tough. She can be tough. She called a couple weeks last
sometimes,
week.
Yeah.
Got a couple of things. I was surprised about breakups, things she's done. She's a tough cookie. So, Jimmy, you've been away about a week. You're back in the house now. Let's see how long you've been away. So, the certain person that I might travel with in the future, what would you say the criteria is of this person that I might travel with?
I mean, duh. Duh, I mean, you want the setup? Of course she's hot.
Of course she's a brunette. It's not been that long.
Nah.
It's only been a week.
Been old.
It is the Penthouse. Again, we got a couple things on the table you guys can call us about. You can call us about what's the most times you've seen a group in concert. We had somebody who went to go see Springsteen over 200 times. That's a lot. Let us know. Jimmy said his brother did a lot of different groups in the 70s.
Oh,
like Cancer,
Yin Yang.
Who was it? Kansas, Styx, groups like that.
And all those rock and roll bands. Boston, Kiss, Van Halen, Eagles, all those classic bands that were around during the late 70s and early 80s. It was really the time that he went out. We joked, tried to make that joke about Huey that called in, and Huey Lewis. Lewis in the News was another one.
Oh, great show.
I think it was my first. I'm trying to remember if I saw Iron Maiden first at Radio City, or if there was a one of those 5-band shows.
Okay.
Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, Van Halen, Metallica, and Loverboy was another one. There's another one that's the name escapes me which band it was, but that was the first time, and I was really young. I had to be like 10 or 11. My dad took me out.
I remember you telling me. That was cool.
What was that? Where the Eagles used to play.
Veterans Stadium.
No, before that.
Oh, okay. Then I don't know the name.
But anyway, it doesn't matter. So we go there. It's the first time I ever smelled the marijuana stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No, what's that, Dad?
What's that, Dad? That's unbelievable. What's that, Dad? And dads were always there and say, that's something you should stay away from.
Well, here's something you shouldn't stay away from. How about a winning lottery ticket? I love these. A woman in St. Lucie County just became a big winner playing the Florida lottery. Officials announced Thursday that Denise Carter, 68, of right up here in our neck of the woods, Fort Pierce, claimed a $2 million top prize from the 100 times the cash scratch-off game. Carter chose to receive her winnings as a one-time lump sum payment of $1.645 million, according to the Florida Lottery.
Nice.
Carter purchased her ticket from Carter's Grocery. I wonder if it's related. Anyway, located at 1590, it doesn't matter where it was in Fort Pierce. The retailer will receive, this is what jumped out at me, only a $4,000 bonus for selling the winning lottery ticket.
I'm shocked.
I always thought the number was higher than that.
I always think when Powerball and they hit for millions and millions, it's not that big.
And a lot of times it's what we hear. It's like 10,000, 20,000.
Yeah.
The most I've ever heard is 100,000, and I don't know what it's based on.
I don't either.
I would imagine the grand prize, right? It's like, what, 1% of it or something like that?
You would think.
Is that it?
Yeah, but it's surprisingly, like, sometimes the places that sell don't get more. They get the publicity.
Yeah, maybe because this is a scratcher, like there's a lumps or there's one given amount for scratchers or something, because this was a $2 million top prize. Ooh. So it couldn't have been any more than that. And they got $4,000. I just would have thought it would have been more.
Oh, that's nice, though. Great for her.
Here's another one that grab you by the horns. A woman in California gave her grandson a $10 million lottery ticket for his 18th birthday, or a $10 lottery ticket for his 18th birthday, and it hit for $1 million.
Wow.
It's a ticket made specifically for gift giving, too, because it says right on it, the perfect gift. He didn't even have a license or an ID yet, so he had to go get one before he could cash the ticket in. Could you imagine that? You win it. You don't have a license. You have no ID or anything in order to say that you are who you are.
That is amazing.
He says he's pretty stoked, as you would imagine. He plans to use some of the money for college and save the rest. So good for you, kiddo. How about that? You get a birthday gift, turning 18 years old. Get a birthday gift to get $1 million.
Never forget that.
How about that? Huh? You got to throw grandma a little bit, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
I throw her half.
Half, right?
Yeah. Come on. If it wasn't for her, you wouldn't have the ticket.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, so you got to throw
Come
her
on,
half.
you cheap bitch.
Yeah. Come on, Grandma.
What's
What are
wrong
you
with
doing?
you?
Come on out with me tonight. We got some champagne, a couple girls. Maybe go down to South Beach.
Sounds like fun.
It is the Greek. It is Jimmy. We are back in the Penthouse on a Fat Tuesday. We'll be back with a trifecta and so much more. Peace.
What's a Real Radio podcast? It's Real Radio on demand. Find your favorite show at realradio921.com.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to put $1,000 in your hand. We're giving you 13 shots a day to score $1,000.
Oh, yeah. Can't believe it. Woo!
Every weekday from 9:05 in the morning to 9:05 at night, we're giving you a keyword at 5 past the hour. Take that keyword and enter it at realradio921.com. Every keyword is worth $1,000.
Thank you. Thank you. That's awesome.
It's $1,000 in your hand. Good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Service.
The NBA postseason tips off tonight with a play-in tournament. The Heat set to challenge Atlanta for the East 7 seed and a first-round date with Boston. There's no celebrating yet for the Panthers, who failed to clinch a playoff berth in last night's loss to Toronto. Florida closes the regular season Thursday against Carolina. And the Marlins try to bounce back tonight in Game 2 of their set in Philly. Sandy Alcantara was knocked around for 9 runs in the series opener. I'm Scott Davidson.
Produce tastes better when it is grown closer to home. So eat good tonight. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo where you shop. Learn more at followfreshfromflorida.com. A message from the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Service.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. We're going to continue to see some scattered showers as we move across our Tuesday. Skies are otherwise partly to mostly cloudy. Temperatures are in the 70s, and it stays windy. Winds are out of the east-northeast, around 20 miles an hour with higher gusts. We'll see thicker clouds late this evening and overnight. More rainfall moves in for Wednesday.
This report is sponsored by Brightline Trains.
These days, $10 doesn't get you very far. But with Brightline, guests can ride to Aventura Mall, try a new brunch spot in Boca Raton, or the next Miami Heat game. Brightline makes getting around South Florida easier than ever. Book your next ride at GoBrightline.com.
I'm Scott Trout, attorney and CEO of the domestic litigation firm Cordell & Cordell. We help men deal with the life changes triggered by divorce. But life changes also occur after divorce. These changes can make parts of your existing court order irrelevant or harder to follow. If you feel a modification to your court orders might be necessary, talk to us at Cordell & Cordell.
Scott Trout, licensed in Missouri, Illinois, and Georgia only.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Miami area attorneys. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Offices in Miami-Dade County and Fort Lauderdale. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. CordellCordell.com.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. The IRS just rolled out a new program to help struggling taxpayers more easily resolve their tax problems. It's called the Taxpayer Relief Initiative, and it opens up powerful new options for people looking to get back on the right track with the IRS. And no one knows this program like the professionals at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution company. They've resolved over $1 billion in tax debt for their clients and have the expertise and experience to help you. One easy call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries of wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Make today the beginning of your fresh start with the IRS. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief now for your free confidential consultation.
Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
And now Martha Stewart for Skechers. When I make a dish or embark on a craft project, I always use the finest, most fabulous ingredients and materials. Which is why, when it comes to footwear, I love Skechers. Because Skechers is the comfort technology company and uses the most luxurious, innovative materials and designs to make wondrously comfortable footwear with all the fits and features like Arch Fit and Skechers' world-famous air-cooled memory foam. It's exactly the way I'd make shoes.
Find Skechers at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Springfest is here at Lowe's. Don't miss out on the best deals of the season. Refresh your yard with 5 bags of premium mulch for just $10. And refresh your home with savings on paint and stain. Right now, buy one, get one 50% off on 1-gallon cans and 5-gallon pails of HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams Paint, Stainmaster Paint, and Cabot Exterior Stains. Shop Springfest today. Valid through 4/12. Mulch offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Selection varies by location while supplies last. See store at Lowe's.com for details.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering professional-grade industrial supplies, plus real-time product availability and access to experts ready to answer your toughest questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm Scott Trout, attorney and CEO of the domestic litigation firm Cordell & Cordell. We help men deal with the life changes triggered by divorce. But But life changes also occur after divorce. These changes can make parts of your existing court order irrelevant or harder to follow. If you feel a modification to your court orders might be necessary, talk to us at Cordell & Cordell.
Scott Trout, licensed in Missouri, Illinois, and Georgia only.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Miami area attorneys. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Offices in Miami-Dade County and Fort Lauderdale. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. CordellCordell.com.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering professional-grade industrial supplies, plus real-time product availability and access to experts ready to answer your toughest questions. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Do you get sinus infections, congestion, sinus pressure and pain, sinus headaches? You've gone to the doctor, you visit urgent care over and over again, and it's always the same thing, right? Oh, I know. Let's try antibiotics and some nasal sprays. But they just keep coming back. You may suffer with chronic sinus infections. The good news? Relief is possible. How? A minimally invasive procedure done in the office of West Palm Beach Breathe Free Sinus and Allergy Centers called balloon sinuplasty. Imagine the relief of not having to deal with your chronic sinus infections. Set an appointment today with Dr. Cody All at West Palm Beach Breathe Free Sinus and Allergy Centers and find out if balloon sinuplasty is the solution for you. Call 561-459-3228. 561-459-3228. 3228. That's 561-459-3228.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
It looks like things are clearing up now. Turnpike on the southbound side, just north of Lake Worth Road. We did have all the lanes blocked. Now been moved off to the shoulder, but you still have stop-and-go delays there on the approach to Lake Worth Road. Again, this is on the southbound side. 95 still looking like a better bet. I'm Joel Malkin.
This report is sponsored by Service Experts Heating and Air Conditioning.
Water heater worries? There's an expert for that. Let your local experts at Service Experts Heating and Air Conditioning give you
$101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yeah, you're back in the Penthouse on a Tuesday afternoon, everybody. Hope you guys are having a good day. A little mush out there, but don't worry, it'll get better. That's why they have umbrellas. But before you know it, we'll be back to South Florida weather. Francis is on a cruise. Hopefully he's having a good time. And our main man, Jimmy, is back from his cruise. Good afternoon, Jimmy.
Hello and good afternoon.
You're back in the realm already? You feel like you're back?
Yeah. We're back into it. Pretty easy. The one day was nice to kind of slide in these.
Yeah.
But no, right back into the routine. It'll take a couple days to really, get into it. But it's a little different because Franny's not here.
Sure.
So the routine's a little bit different. But no, it feels good.
And you're stuck with Greek.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
I don't want to bitch.
Can't do everything.
Can't have everything. I am stuck with Greek for 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
What is equivalent to that? An elevator being stuck? I'm stuck with Greek. It is time for a drive
boat
back.
sinking.
I
got a good story about that, too.
All right, good. Odell was in Miami at Prime 112 with Lamar, and it looks like they are going to be friends and hanging out. Supposedly, he helped get Odell to Baltimore Ravens, but they were hanging out Sunday night. Liv is always big on Sunday nights, having a good time. Prime 112, always a great evening, but these two are going to be hooking up, I think, as receiver and quarterback. Odell did sign 1 year, $15 million. That's a lot of money. There was speculation he was going to go to New York and play with Aaron Rodgers, but that did not happen. Tonight, the Miami Heaters, that's right, the Heat are playing in South Beach tonight, and they're taking on Atlanta Hawks, laying 5. This is a playoff play-in game. If the Heat win, then they have to play the Boston Celtics in the first round. So we're hoping for the Heaters to win, but they are laying 5. I do not think you guys should bet the Heat laying 5. I think they might win, but I don't know if they will cover. And Tampa Bay is known for a couple things. One of them is strip clubs. The other thing is Tom Brady, who just moved out. But also Tampa Bay baseball team, 10-0, best record in baseball. They've scored the most runs, and they've let up. Their pitching's been unbelievable. Let up the least. But their fans do not show up, and that sucks. Only 11,000 people there. Come on, guys. Are you kidding me? There's more people at Club Space on a Friday night in the summer. Let's go. Get out there and root for Tampa Bay. You need it. 10,000 people. The Kardashians have more X's than that. You guys got to get out and support Tampa Bay. You really do. Come on. Let's do it. Damn team is 10-0. Let's support them. Because you know what's going to happen. If you don't appreciate somebody in life, they end up leaving. Then they're going to leave and go to Vegas, and they're going to bitch. So let's support Tampa Bay. 10-0. Great for them. And that is your lunchtime trifecta. Peace.
Well, I wanted to I had a little story there before you started trifecta, making a silly joke about the Titanic. One of the things that I found very odd that they would do this is that there was two separate occasions during the our trip where they played the Titanic music.
Oh, really?
My Heart Will Go On. Celine Dion's My Heart Will Go On. And it's like you really, you look around and you go, really? We're doing this? Really?
They didn't show the movie.
One was a music trivia. And then it ended up being an answer to a trivia question at another time, too. Was just the movie itself, Titanic. But I guess maybe they just play off of it now because it's a running joke. But some of the things that I thought that you would really find interesting. So we did when we went to our third stop was in Saint Martin, and I found out that that's what it's called. It's not Saint Martin. I mean, a lot of people think it's that.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's kind of a small little fun fact for you. But when we were there, we did the island is only 37 square miles big, so we did the give it a tour, the bus tour. Mm-hmm. Now, if you're not familiar with it, anybody that's listening, if you're not familiar with it, I'm sure everybody has seen the YouTube videos of where there's the airport with the runway that when the airplanes take off, everybody's standing there and it's right by the beach.
Yep,
and
very cool.
And the thrusters shoot back and everybody likes to do that and they've got the fence there that people hold on to, right? So that's there. So we took a part of the tour is they go down where it's parallel with the runway, and there's a circle right by where that part is, where that end of the runway is.
It's got to be cool.
It is. The locals call it silly. They think it's silly that everybody wants to do that. But the thing about it is that airport is the second most dangerous runway in the world.
Really?
And the reason for it isn't as much the ocean side, but it's the opposite side because you usually take off and land from the water down, right? Yeah. And then so the thing is when you go to take off, it's the mountain in front of you that's the problem.
Oh,
so
God.
you got to kind of veer away from that.
I wouldn't want that.
But just a little fun fact. Now, that island is half owned by the Netherlands and half by France.
Okay.
And so you go around and you see the two borders for both, both times as you make your way around, you'll see the borders. One of the things that I thought was pretty interesting that you would like is the fact that in the Netherlands part, they have casinos, but no nude beaches. Mm-hmm. On the French side, there's no casinos, but there's nude beaches. So they have a saying that go to the Netherlands side, lose your shirt. Go to the France side, lose your pants.
Nice. I like that.
That was a little piece that you'd like. Another thing that I thought you would like is a lot of, obviously, celebrities.
Yeah, hang on.
They have houses there and whatnot, and Trump's got one there, Eddie Murphy, Oprah Winfrey, just a quick couple of names that came off that they were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that was pretty funny is for some of the celebrities, the real estate agents there actually give them a house. And the idea of it is if they give them a nice big mansion there, they'll come in and they will build 10 more houses around it for all their family and friends and things like that. So that's something that's happened over the years, which is kind of interesting.
That's
Just here's a couple $1 million house.
Wow.
And they're never there.
Yeah.
They're never there. I think the one person is saw Oprah once.
Yeah.
At the caretakers of the mansions that are there. But otherwise, most of the celebrities don't even go there.
Well, when you got cash like that, you got blank money, you don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because what their thought process is when I go, I don't want to stay in a hotel. You know what I mean? I want to stay in my own house.
And it's not. You believe it or not, you think it's not.
Yeah.
It's not a nice island And
Wow.
I don't know about St. Thomas because we didn't do any sort of tour, any sort of excursion with St. Thomas, but people say it's pretty much the same. It's a very, very poor island.
Wow. I went to St. Bart's years ago. And it was, I'm going back, 90s. It's very nice, very romantic, secluded, the whole thing, like you said. But yeah, your thought process is, I think, when you're here.
You think it's a resort, you think there's hotels, you think there's a lot of money, and it's not there. No, I mean, even with the mansions where the celebrities buy, it's the only thing about it is it's secluded.
Yeah.
So they go there, they fly in, they go to their place, or even if they helicopter in, and they're not. There is no beach. It's not a beach resort area, at least not on that island.
Now, did you go to the casinos in there or no?
No, this was just a tour. You drove around. We stopped at where some shops were.
I thought maybe they
downtown,
stopped there.
but that was it. And one other stop where it's just a place where you can take some pictures because it's high up on a mountain. It's actually just a big rock coming out of the ground.
That's cool.
As far as the island itself, but it's not very wealthy. I mean, you see, they got devastated by Hurricane Irene. No, Irma. Hurricane Irma. It was a Category 5 that hit that island.
Wow.
And again, you're talking about houses that just aren't built for it.
Structure.
And there's the devastation is still there. You still see houses with no roofs on it, and
that's a shame.
Yeah, it is. It's in a way, it'll break your heart if you're not if you just kind of focus in on that. But that's just one of the things I thought that you would find pretty.
I think it's
pretty
cool.
neat is
you
the
lose
fact
your
that
ass
well, there's that too. But the fact that they give these celebrities houses and they in hopes that they'll build around it.
I think it's pretty cool. And again, did you at a Fort Lauderdale port or Miami?
Lauderdale.
Okay, cool.
Port Everglades.
It is the Penthouse on a Tuesday. Let us know a band you went to go see a whole bunch of times. I talked about a guy who went to go see Springsteen over 200 times. That is a ton of time in his lifetime. Guy's in his late 50s, but had been following Bruce for 30 years. Said plans trips around it. And I'm sure somebody like Springsteen would love to hear that.
Yeah, sure.
You know what I mean? Like, I saw you here. I had a whole bunch of tickets, he was telling me.
Is he on his final tour?
No.
Or no, it's just one that's been popular.
No, he's never said that. Where like this is his final tour.
I was trying to remember because a lot of times they say it, and then of course it doesn't end up being. A buddy of mine from the old days up in Jersey, he went to go see him recently.
Yeah.
And it was a big deal. Well, it was more for his wife, but
that's nice.
They went to see him. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. Bill, I would go see Billy Joel again. Maybe at the Garden, something like that. Check it out. If I go back up there and visit.
He's one. He's one. And now Elton John's done.
He says he's done.
Yeah.
Elton John.
If he came back around again and did another final farewell tour. This
is it.
I wouldn't mind seeing him. But
he was just at
Billy Joel and Garth Brooks. I'd like to see Garth sometime if he comes around.
That's right. You're a big fan of his. You've said that before.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to say big fan, but I mean I like his music. As far as country is concerned, he's one of the ones that I enjoy his country music because it's got a good dance feel to it. It's got a nice. It's not real super country.
Yeah.
But even though I don't know, I've kind of grown more into that music anyway over the years. You know what? I got a question for you, Greg. Do you still go to the ATMs much?
I have cut down because of certain situations I've heard about.
Yeah, well, this is probably one of them. Scammers are finding a way to get money out of your ATM accounts, and I tell you what, here's one particular story I'm going to tell you about, and it might make you second think about doing that. Scammers are pouring glue into the card reader slot, so victims have to tap instead. So the little area where you just tap to pay type thing.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's ATMs where you can do that too. I didn't know that. Because I don't use ATMs much, but by tapping the transaction window stays open in some particular cases, even after you've taken the cash out, right? So your account is still open, and if a customer walks out without closing that window, a thief can step up and withdraw money. Ooh. Apparently, this happened to one guy, and he's trying to fight back with the bank, and they're giving him a hard time about it. But he even asked the bank to check their surveillance footage so you can see that, hey, I was there, and then I left, and any transactions after that wasn't me.
Yeah.
So he made his own video recreating how it can happen, and it looks like he might get his money back at this particular bank.
Oh, cool.
But they're trying to, also change that so that they stop doing that. So if it's a possibility, if that's something that you have and your bank branches have that, or even in ATM machines, because I know there's some freestanding ones as well. Make sure if you do that window closes afterwards. Otherwise, you might be able to get scammed on that. And people prey on that. They look for that.
Same thing with we talk about the gas stations.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Well, and skimmers. Those are skimmers. I mean, because you don't get money back from a gas pump. But the skimmers are always, they're constantly looking for.
I always walk in.
For those, yeah.
I always walk in. I never, ever do that. I always do. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call. It is the Penthouse on a Tuesday. Again, we were talking about situations, bands that you've seen a ton of times, and you still want more. Also, elevator situations. When you're on an elevator, are you the good guy or the good lady and says, I'm going to hold the door? Or are there times when you hit it and you go, you know what? Screw you. Kiss it. I'm going. Do you do that? And do you feel bad? Now, for me, like I said, I'm in an apartment building. Never have done it because you're going to see the people, and it's not big. It's 7 flights, so what the hell is that going to take? But there are times when you're in different maybe casinos, like Jimmy was just on a cruise. It could take a long time to get to your destination, and some people might feel like it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, high-volume areas. You're in office buildings, and there are thousands and thousands of people in the office building, so it takes a while to run through the whole cycle. Or if you got many floors, you're talking about 30, 40, 50-plus floors. I don't know how many. Do buildings like that in the city? They got a whole bunch of elevators that can accommodate that.
Yeah, like I think years ago, I think the Twin Towers had like 12 or 14 elevators, but it went up like 100 flights. But I remember I was thinking of one. When you talk about a subject, we always talk about a topic, then you hit. I do remember one time we were at the Wynn and we were going down to bet a sports game. And we didn't hold the door for a guy.
Oh, right. Okay.
Because you had to go all the way down, like 62 flights, whatever, then run across the casino. This is before the app.
Right.
So now you don't have to do that. If you go to a sports book now in Vegas, you can put money, you can bet on your phone, which is very convenient. But years ago, and it made it a little bit more challenging, a little Mission Impossible, where you had to run down, run across, stuff like that. And we did stiff a guy one time.
Sorry, it's closed. I can't open it.
I get.
It won't open.
I do remember seeing him at the pool, and he gave us a little look. And I do remember talking to the gentleman. I said, look, we had to put a bet in. I know you're trying to get the elevator.
So it was even to the point where he knew you didn't hold it for him.
Yes, he knew. Okay. Yeah. Because I could tell he was looking at it.
So would you duke him 100?
No. Duke him 100.
There you go, buddy.
I felt bad.
We won the bet, too.
Yeah, I felt bad. I did feel bad. And I remember seeing him when I went downstairs. Again, I was there 4 or 5 days. That's way long for Vegas. But it seemed that he was there the same time as me on my floor. So I saw him 3-4 times. So then finally I looked at him. I said, hey, bro, I said, sorry about that. I said, we were going to put a bet, whatever. He goes, yeah, I got it. And all like that. But I could tell he was looking at me before I said that, like, yeah, what a schoon buddy.
Yeah.
But yeah, those were fun when you would fly down the elevators. And I also invented the game with elevators with my friends where we would all put $100 on the floor and we would bet which elevator would come up first. There was always 4 at the Wynn. And if it did, it was a nice little pocket change for you. Walk downstairs.
And you know what's funny, too, because, again, it's not something that I experienced a lot, but, of course, this past week we did. So, what makes that game even more interesting now that I've seen it and experienced it is the fact that you might have one coming, but it might go right by.
Of course.
It's going down. You have the up button pushed, right?
Yeah.
So, you think it's coming, and it keeps right on going.
Oh, yeah. Well,
that's a loser.
Yeah, well, for us, it was coming up, so they all had to come up. But the other thing is you don't know if the elevators are going to stop. Like, if you're on a
Exactly. That's my point.
Yeah. So you're like, okay, stop, you're done. You're like, damn. And it's a gas. So it was fun. We did it for, blanks and giggles.
Sure,
Yeah, it was cool. But it's nice when you open an elevator.
What's 100?
Yeah, you see 4 guys on their hands and knees over $400. It looks like we were throwing craps, but we really weren't.
Want to rephrase that?
I'm just being real. I would maybe stand up and be like, all right, whatever. But it was fun. I think that game we could definitely make some money on it and playing elevators. That was the 2 other things that are on the segment today. If you guys want to talk about anything else, let us know. Miami Heat tonight in the playoffs down in Miami. It's a play-in playoff game. They're playing the Hawks. They got to win. If they win, they end up playing the Celtics in the next round, which will be good. Be very tough for us to win. This year, the East is really deep. Let's not forget, though, if the Heat get hot, last year they were 1 shot away. They made the NBA Finals for the Eastern Conference, and they took the Celtics to Game 7. Butler missed a 3-pointer at the game. Heartbreaker for us in that game, and the Celtics went on to play the Warriors in the NBA Finals, but they did lose. So give us a call, 877-927-6969. Also, you can email Jimmy at realradio921.com. I am checking a text line arbitrarily, and that is Real Radio. Put that in first, 47142.
Now, you guys, you said earlier in the show that you talked about things that you would do to an ex last week.
Well, it was one of the topics where people that did some, clothes damage, maybe key a car.
Yeah, how popular is it to throw the clothes out onto the lawn?
Yeah, Franny did that. I've never been that guy.
Here's an ex story that'll probably blow your way. A 44-year-old man from Maryland is facing multiple years in prison after he bombarded his ex with nonstop calls back in December. Derek Bowers called his ex 815 times. Get this. In 2 days.
Ming it up.
Yes, 48 hours. That's 17 times an hour, or once every 3.5 minutes if he didn't sleep. And that's if he didn't sleep.
Yeah.
That's super crazy. But that's not all. Derek also sent his ex thousands of texts and Facebook messages over a few months and used social media posts to call her out and embarrass her. It sounds like Derek could use a job or a hobby, but that's going to have to wait because he got arrested and is charged with cyber stalking, and he's looking to up to 5 years in prison for doing that. Can you imagine? 815 times he called her in 2 days.
That's unbelievable.
Oh,
that's a lot. I mean, I'm surprised you didn't block him.
Well, and that's the part that got me is there's you can block the phone number, right? So you don't even get the call in.
Or the text.
You got to wonder what was up with that. The text I can see you can block. I know you can block people on social media.
And your number you can.
Yeah. And I guess with your number, anytime a number comes in and you don't want it, you can put a block on it. Unless he was buying burner accounts or something. I don't know.
And maybe he was doing that. Maybe he was. He had burner accounts and he was sending
calling her job. I mean, the article
crazy.
didn't give a whole lot of details on that, but 815 times in 2 days.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Some people lose their cookies, when things go bad.
Yeah.
You've seen it. I mean, we've seen worse stories too. And last week that was on the topic table. If you guys, what you've done to get to somebody, and they were talking a lot about bleaching guys' clothes,
right?
Ruining their clothes, stuff like that. Cutting up their clothes. We got a couple.
At least in that particular case, it wasn't violent or anything like that.
Yeah.
I mean, calling somebody's a pain in the neck, and I get it, and that's inconvenient, but at least it wasn't violent. Or in that particular case, I mean, I know we joke about it, but that's, you're ruining property. That's destructive of property. So, I mean, I would imagine that could bring charges.
Well, there was two common denominators in those stories. It was always women doing it to men and guys cheating.
Oh, well, I guess there's the cheating aspect.
And girls get mad when that happens. Anybody does. Yeah.
Why?
Why?
Really? Is it that big of a deal?
Get him a dozen roses and some Tom Ford perfume.
That should do it, right?
Yeah, that'll make you say you're sorry. But yeah, I think that you see what a lot of people when they just dye somebody's clothes and ruin them and leave them there, and the person gets upset. And then we had one girl today when she said that she gave the clothes to Goodwill.
Mm-hmm.
That's enough.
Sure.
You're still out.
That was our friend Kristen from Kansas.
Yeah,
right?
she said that. She said she gave them to Goodwill. So if you guys got stories about that or something that happened that was very unique, also with the elevators and also on tap today, what is the group that you went to go see the most times and you still want to go see? If anybody's out there over 200, I want to hear about it.
Yeah, that'd be great. Well, it would be a great way to go to see a concert is if you had $1,000. And if you hang tight just after this short break coming up, we're going to give you another keyword at $1,000. And just go to realradio921.com. As soon as you go there, a window's going to pop right up. It's going to say keyword. That's pretty easy to do. You get that keyword on the other side of this break, you enter it there, and you'll be in the running for $1,000. And if you get a phone call within the next hour from a 513 area code, maybe it says unknown caller, pick that one up because that could be us letting you know that you just won $1,000.
Thank you so much, Jimmy. It is the Penthouse on a Tuesday. We'll be back with some Florida stories and a few more. Peace.
Be your friend. Follow us at Real Radio 92.1 on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. We're going to continue to see some scattered showers as we move across our Tuesday. Skies are otherwise partly to mostly cloudy. Temperatures are in the 70s, and it stays windy. Winds are out of the east-northeast, around 20 miles an hour with higher gusts. We'll see thicker clouds late this evening and overnight. More rainfall moves in for Wednesday.
This report is sponsored by Bank of America. Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America, N.A. Copyright 2023.
Good Greek moving and storage. Your superhero movers.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering professional-grade industrial supplies, plus real-time product availability and access to experts ready to answer your toughest questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go: shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms: irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Hey, it's Green for Tito's Handmade Vodka. They've been doing it for 25 years, putting a great product on the shelves for you. Whatever you're doing, Tito's adds to it. If you're playing some golf, how about some Tito's? Tough day at work? How about some Tito's? And if you just want to celebrate being in South Florida, it's Tito's Handmade Vodka. And on April 15th, the locker room will be live at the Tito's Raw Bar at Gulfstream Park. You're in the winner's circle every time with Tito's Handmade Vodka. Peace!
Professional women's tennis is coming back to Delray Beach at the Delray Beach Tennis Center April 14th and 15th for the qualifying tie between the United States and Austria. Don't miss tennis stars Coco Gauff, Jessica Pegula, and the U.S. Billie Jean King Cup team as they host Team Austria during this exciting matchup for a spot in the 2023 finals. Tickets are on sale now. Visit Ticketmaster.com to buy tickets and see some of the top women's tennis players in the world April 14th and 15th. Players subject to change.
In this week's Marketers Report, Chris Brandt, Chief Marketing Officer at Chipotle Mexican Grill, weighs in on the power of audio.
We've used audio to reinforce what we're showing on TV, what we're showing in other digital channels. When your priority is driving reach, boy, everybody seems to listen to the radio.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, conversations, trusted influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Haley, quote, "Navage is the best thing I bought. I love it. My nose feels so clear now and I can breathe. I've been struggling with a stuffy nose for weeks. I bought Navage and it's amazing." Or this one. I use Navage every night, could not imagine life without it. I have 5 cats, and before I found Navage, I was a clogged mess. Now I breathe so much better, unquote. Those are 2 of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Give your small business one tech solution that checks all the boxes. It's all here with the Comcast Business Complete Connectivity Solution. It's cyber threat security for peace of mind. Check. The power of the largest, fastest, reliable network for small business. That's a triple box check right there. And save up to 75% a year on your wireless bill with Comcast Business Mobile. Check and cha-ching. It's everything you need to keep your business connected. From the company powered by the next generation 10G network. The Complete Connectivity Solution. Get started for just $49 a month for 24 months when you add mobile. And ask about an $800 prepaid card. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 5/21/23. Restrictions apply. Requires 2-year agreement, EcoBill, and autopay. New 100 megabits per second internet and security edge customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Compares weighted average of top 3 carriers. Taxes and fees extra. Reduced speeds after use of monthly data. Savings vary.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-334-2266. That's 800-334-2266. 800-334-2266.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering professional-grade industrial supplies, plus real-time product availability and access to experts ready to answer your toughest questions. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Listening to this station on your free iHeartRadio app could put $5,000 in your pocket.
No way! Are you kidding me?
Open your app and search this station to be instantly qualified for the cash. Get access to all the music, radio, podcasts, playlists, contests, and more now on your completely free iHeartRadio app.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Accident in Lake Worth, off to the left shoulder, clearing Turnpike south at Lake Worth Road. Palm Beach expressways are moving along nicely. Drive times are up to speed on 95. Make sure that you slow down for pedestrians on the commute. That's traffic. I'm Judy Stewart.
This report is sponsored by the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Service.
Produce tastes better when it's grown closer to home. So eat good tonight. Look for the Sunny Fresh from Florida logo where you shop. Learn more at followfreshfromflorida.com.
Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio. 921.com. That's happy. Enter it now at realradio921.com, and good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in The Penthouse on a Tuesday, baby. National Pet Day. So buy your pet something nice. Maybe a new leash. I don't know, new treat. Maybe a pillow.
Rolls Royce.
Rolls Royce. Wow, you're a baller. Call me if you can buy your pet a Rolls Royce. I'll be your biatch.
Yes, he will.
Franny's on vacation, as you can notice. Jimmy's back and hasn't been gone too long. He knows the criteria around here. Good afternoon, James.
Hello and good afternoon, Mr. Greek.
And it is time for some Florida stories.
Florida.
Yes,
Florida.
he will.
Florida.
Did you say Florida?
I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
Well, I found out earlier from doing What the Florida that one of the stories that I had is one that Franny did. So I have another one. But unfortunately, this one's kind of bad. So I'm going to start off with this one. And we're going to start in Flagler County. Their sheriff's office arrested a 17-year-old boy at Matanzas High School after attacking his teacher. Deputies say upon arrival, they saw a female teacher on the ground with several severe injuries after what they say was an unprovoked attack. The student, whose deputies described as being 6'6", 270 pounds, was taken to the sheriff, the Sheriff Perry Hall inmate detention facility and was later turned over to the Department of Juvenile Justice. According to the FCSO, the student said he was upset because his teacher took his Nintendo Switch away from him during class.
Very bad.
Surveillance video showed the student power walking towards the woman and shoved her several feet, knocking her to the floor, and that knocked her unconscious. The video showed that the student kicking and punching the woman several times, including in the back of the head. The victim was taken to the hospital for treatment and injuries. And this is what this clown had to say, too, after he was talking about it.
Am I going to jail
Yes, you are.
For how long?
Look,
I have more important places.
I understand.
Yeah, am I going to jail? I have more important things to do.
Very sad.
What a jerk. The 17-year-old boy was charged with felony aggravated battery and with bodily harm. So hope he gets put away for a while. Maybe they can rehabilitate him, something. I don't know. Get the kid some help. A 41-year-old man is behind bars, police said. He broke into 3 restaurants in Fort Pierce and stole a whole bunch of liquor. The Fort Pierce police arrested Timothy B. Hasbrook after responding to a burglary at Cobb's Landing. Police were informed that the 2 bottles of liquor were taken from the restaurant earlier that morning. Police said the burglary was similar to others that had taken place the previous week at Cobb's Landing, On the Edge Bar and Grill, and 2nd Street Bistro. All these robberies involved bottles of liquor being removed from the restaurant while they were closed. Following an investigation, officers received information that led them to believe Hasbrook was responsible for the string of burglaries. Officers located Hasbrook later that day attempting to hide in a bedroom closet at a home on the 100 block north of 18th Street. Police said he told officers he had been unemployed for about 2 months as a restaurant cook, and he just looking to get some booze. Hasbrook was arrested and is being held on $70,000 bond to St. Lucie County Jail. Come on, people. Here's one. It's a little bit more what the Florida friendly. How about a naked guy? We love naked guys. A man was arrested last Friday morning in DeBerry after he allegedly broke into 2 homes, then tried to evade deputies by jumping in a swimming pool and onto a trampoline. Of course, all while naked. That it all happens at 2 a.m., right?
Yep.
Shocker right there. So it was in a report, and according to that report, the Volusia County Sheriff's Office had taken, what's his name here? Tokman. Oh, that's right. Blake Tokman. Yeah, he smashed out a window to break into a home, then left and broke into another house. Deputies said they encountered Tokman at the second house. Body-worn camera video released by the Sheriff's Office shows Tokman running from the deputy, jumping into the pool, then climbing out and jumping onto a trampoline. I don't know if this was supposed to be some sort of joke.
Yeah.
The Sheriff's Office said it took 4 deputies to get him under control, too. In addition to being naked, the Sheriff's Office said Tokman was covered in wheelbarrow grease. Well, I guess that's why it was hard to get a hold of, right?
Yeah, he just kept slipping through their hands.
Yeah, peppermint oil and blood on him, too. They believe he may have been under the influence of an unknown substance or substances. Gee, you think? Tokman faces charges of 2 counts of occupied burglary, 3 counts of battery on a law enforcement officer, and 2 counts of criminal mischief and resisting arrest with violence. So hopefully he will be going away for quite a while. And that is your What the Florida for today.
Thank you so much, Jimmy. It is the Penthouse, and it is a Tuesday, a Fat Tuesday. Don't forget, in this hour, the keyword is happy. That is the keyword for you guys to get $1,000. It is happy.
Go to realradio921.com. It's super simple. A window's going to pop right up for you, and you can enter happy right there, and you'll be in a running for $1,000.
It is the Penthouse. It is a Tuesday, and we'll come back, talk a little bit about the Miami Formula One. That's going to be here before we know it. A couple weeks, first weekend of May. We'll be back. Peace.
Vroom, vroom.
Rover's Morning Glory.
So you're driving and a woman pulls up next to you to yell at you for allowing your dog to run around the front seat of your pickup truck while you drive on the highway?
She's having a fit. She's losing her mind.
Let's just recreate it here. I'll be the woman. You need to keep that dog secure in your car. You can't see what you're doing. That dog's going to go through the windshield. You are a bad pet parent.
I soak it in for a second, and then I say, have you considered eating ass?
Rover's Morning Glory.
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10 on Real Radio 92.1 for the Palm Beaches and 101.7 for the Treasure Coast.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. We're going to continue to see some scattered showers as we move across our Tuesday. Skies are otherwise partly to mostly cloudy. Temperatures are in the 70s, and it stays windy. Winds are out of the east-northeast, around 20 miles an hour with higher gusts. We'll see thicker clouds late this evening and overnight. More rainfall moves in for Wednesday.
This report is sponsored by Florida Power and Light.
My name is Chrissy Lee. I have worked for FPL for 7 years. Solar is a stable fuel source, which will lead to stable bills and ultimately will produce savings for our customers.
Learn how FPL is investing in Florida's future at fpl.com/value.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering professional-grade industrial supplies, plus real-time product availability and access to experts ready to answer your toughest questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go, shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you breaking news from the state of Florida. It's blueberry season! Fresh from Florida has the ripe, sweet blueberries you've been craving for cobblers, pancakes, and all your favorite homemade recipes. And best of all, buying fresh from Florida is a great way to support local farmers and jobs in our communities. You can find locally grown Florida blueberries in stores now. Just look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo or ask for Fresh from Florida where you shop.
Hey, it's Greek from Monroe's and Palm Beach. Adult entertainment and upscale dining. Full bar, full liquor, fully nude. 7 days a week, it's Monroe's and Palm Beach. The best view in the house is always at Monroe's. Make sure you stop by there to enjoy a great meal or a sporting event. Whatever you got on your agenda, Monroe's makes it a great evening. Beautiful ladies, only at Monroe's. Peace.
Tobacco-Free Florida has many free ways to help you quit nicotine. From free 2-week starter kits of quit aids to free cessation services like Phone Quit and Group Quit. We're even trying out new motivational tactics.
You're the greatest quitter. He's tobacco's greatest quitter. He's tobacco's greatest quitter of all.
Or maybe we'll just stick to the ways we know work. Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com or call 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW for free nicotine patches.
The world's greatest collector car auctions returns to Palm Beach, April 13th through the 15th. Experience Barrett Jackson at the South Florida Fairgrounds as hundreds of vehicles cross the block with no reserve. Explore the vast lifestyle marketplace, take a thrill ride, and more. This unforgettable automotive lifestyle event has something for everyone. Visit Barrett-Jackson.com today for tickets.
Do you get sinus infections, congestion, sinus pressure and pain, sinus headaches? You've gone to the doctor, you visit urgent care over and over again, and it's always the same thing, right? Oh, I know. Let's try antibiotics and some nasal sprays. But they just keep coming back. You may suffer with chronic sinus infections. The good news? Relief is possible. How? A minimally invasive procedure done in the office of West Palm Beach Breathe-Free Sinus and Allergy Centers called balloon sinuplasty. Imagine the relief of not having to deal with your chronic sinus infections. Set an appointment today with Dr. Cody All at West Palm Beach Breathe-Free Sinus and Allergy Centers and find out if balloon sinuplasty is the solution for you. Call 561-459-3228. 561-459-3228. That's 561-459-3228.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you breaking news from the state of Florida. It's blueberry season! Fresh from Florida has the ripe, sweet blueberries you've been craving for cobblers, pancakes, and all your favorite homemade recipes. And best of all, buying fresh from Florida is a great way to support local farmers and jobs in our communities. You can find locally grown Florida blueberries in stores now. Just look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo or ask for Fresh from Florida where you shop.
Hey, it's Greek for Tito's Handmade Vodka. They've been doing it for 25 years, putting a great product on the shelves for you. Whatever you're doing, Tito's adds to it. If you're playing some golf, how about some Tito's? Tough day at work? How about some Tito's? And if you just want to celebrate being in South Florida, it's Tito's Handmade Vodka. And on April 15th, the locker room will be live at the Tito's Raw Bar at Gulfstream Park. You're in the winner's circle every time with Tito's Handmade Vodka. Peace!
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
Accident in Lake Worth, off to the left shoulder, clearing Turnpike south at Lake Worth Road. Palm Beach expressways are moving along nicely. Drive times are up to speed on 95. Make sure that you slow down for pedestrians on the commute. That's traffic. I'm Judy Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Want to save big on custom faux wood blinds, shutters, cellular shades, and more? Shop Blindster today and save up to 50% over comparable blinds from brick and mortar stores. Get custom blinds at low prices and free shipping at Blindster.com.
Pray.com's Meditative Prayers podcast is the best way to bring God's perfect peace into your night. Each meditative prayer helps you focus on God, fight anxiety, sleep better, and more.
As you close your eyes,
on the iHeartRadio app, wherever you get your podcasts.
this is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the Penthouse on a Tuesday afternoon on Real Radio 92.1. Thank you so much for listening. We do appreciate you guys. This hour, the key word is happy. If you want to win $1,000, you can make that happen, and we'll be happy because if you win, we win. Frances is on vacation. She's on a beautiful cruise. Jimmy's back from his vacation on a cruise. Good afternoon, Jimmy.
Hello and good afternoon.
Now, were you ever a fan of this movie? I was not. Mario Brothers?
No.
Yeah, they crushed it this weekend again.
The game.
Yeah, the movie made $55 million, and so far in a couple of weeks, $368 million.
I saw those numbers. I was like, are you kidding me? Really?
Mario, $55 million. Ming, $368 million so far in a couple of weeks. I mean, that's crushing it. I mean, there is no doubt about it. That film is definitely doing good. Not in my wheelhouse. Not something that I ever really got into.
You know, I don't know what kind of competition it's got out there, but still, I wouldn't have thought that.
No,
not in a million years.
Yeah, it's just unbelievable that it's crushing that kind of, making that kind of money. That's serious money, and you didn't see that in a lot of the movies, except like superhero movies.
This isn't the first one, isn't it? Is this 2? Mario Brothers 2 or a sequel or something?
I don't know. I know. I just wish I had a piece of it, but I obviously don't. You're a Mario Brothers fan. Give us a call and tell us what the appeal is. $55 million last week and $368 million total. So the Mario Brothers, the brothers are making some cash. They definitely are making some money, and let us know about that. And is that something on your list? It's not something I think about anymore when I'm like rare, like, hey, I'm going to go to movies.
I tell you what, it at least piques my interest that I want to go see the trailer.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's making that much money and it's that popular, I'd like to see the trailer and see what it's about. Maybe I'll like it. Maybe it's something that'll intrigue me.
Well, I think right away, if you played the game as a kid, you're going to have that azon to obviously want to go see it. Yeah. You're a fan. Because that's where that's where your knowledge comes from it, obviously. But I can think of the last movie that you went to, but I can't think of the last movie I went to.
What's the last one I went to?
Saints of Newark, am I wrong? Port St. Lucie? In the movies?
Was that the last one? Or did we go to see one after that?
Maybe. That's mine one.
No, Top Gun.
Oh, you went to Top Gun?
Yeah, we went to see Top Gun.
Oh, that was after?
That was it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I thought that was before. And I can't think of the last movie I went to in the theaters. I cannot. I wouldn't mind seeing a new movie, Air, about Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. I wouldn't mind checking that out.
See, that's one I could watch at home. Yeah.
Well, you definitely could. I mean, it's just something that I wouldn't mind maybe checking out.
Right.
Because of the sports, obviously, the money, the situation with Jordan, how he ended up going with Nike. We talked about it a little. It's been out a couple weeks. Gotten very good reviews. Nike took a huge gamble on that. They weren't even known for basketball shoes. I saw a clip the other night of Michael Jordan on David Letterman years ago when they first came out. And how he was like, yeah, it's all right. I really don't really, they're cool.
Nike wasn't super huge either at the time, right?
Nope. But they were just big in track shoes.
Right.
That's it. Took a gamble on him. and it's a true story. And they ended up obviously making gazillion dollars. I think Jordan still gets $100 million a year from them in residuals, which is unbelievable. But yeah, and people, you know what's amazing with those sneakers and the Jordans when they come out? I got guys I know in their 40s and 50s, and they're still buying Jordans, or the new Jordan will come out, and they'll want to get them.
Well, you got the one buddy that,
Buddha.
I mean, yeah, Buddha, he's a collector.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And I know some sneakerheads. In fact, I know a very hot sneakerhead. But Buddha, yeah, like when the new Jordan comes out, he's all about it. And then there are so many people who will purchase them and not wear them.
Well, he's not. He doesn't buy them to wear, right? I mean,
Some
he buys them
wears.
as a collectible.
Yeah, some he wears, some he doesn't. I got another friend down south who's a big collector of it. CC, the pitcher for the Yankees, Sabathia, he used to be a huge collector. They showed him. He had like rooms and rooms of them. I mean, like 400 or 500 pairs. But yeah, they're not cheap. You know what I mean? Those Jordans. They're
Ones to
2-3
wear aren't cheap.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what some of these collectibles go for.
Oh, no. I think they're like, $285, $250.
Oh, more than that. Yeah.
No, I mean just to wear.
Plus. Oh, to wear. Yeah.
And everyone has a different theme. But yeah, I wouldn't mind going to see Air. That's the only one maybe I would check out. But I haven't, like I said, I can't think. And I haven't seen Top Gun yet.
Right.
And I know everybody said it's fantastic.
You'll like it. That's something you can catch on, what's it on? Is it on Paramount or? I think it's on Paramount right now.
And I think
it's one of the streaming services has it out right now.
Yeah, I think
because we watched it again at home.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I think I can get it for like $19.99.
Oh, you could always do that. Yeah. You can go to YouTube and get it. But with all the streaming services you have, you could do it that way too. And you probably already have it. And you just watch it for free. Or,
I just don't even know.
Well,
that's the thing. Like I didn't even know I had Hulu. I mean,
Right.
I had no clue. Like, what is this? What am I getting? Hulu? What the hell's that? 877.
Is it going to dance for me?
Is that a dance? 877-927-6969. It is the Penthouse on a Tuesday. A couple things on topic. Elevators, how are you? Are you cool or not? Do you remember when maybe you stiffed somebody and didn't, shut the door on them? Or you're just doing a common courtesy thing, which everybody should do, is just be nice. Especially like when you're driving traffic and somebody's trying to edge in. Do you ever let them in? You should always let them in.
No, you saw that merge sign 2 miles ago, just like I did, pal. Get behind me, you jackass.
I love it. Oh, my God.
I see it every day because when I go home, we go from 5 to 3 lanes right up there in Jupiter.
Yeah.
And it happens every time. Somebody's zipping by and cutting in at the last second. You know where that is.
That is. And then also we had relationships. If they went bad, did you ever do anything bad to anybody? The biggest topic, I mean, the biggest was girls saying they threw guys' clothes out,
burn
ripped
the house
them.
down.
No, burned the house down.
Oh, okay. All right, good. I'm glad that didn't come up.
Bleaching somebody's clothes. That was up there, but nobody burned the house down. That happened years ago to Andre Rison, Atlanta Falcon player, with this girl he was dating, a rapper. She burned his house down in Atlanta.
You ever know that one guy that kept coming home to his clothes being out on the front lawn? There's usually that one guy, right? Throughout your life. I got one that comes right to mind. I won't say his name.
Oh, yeah.
He's not listening, but it might get back.
Yeah, I mean, there are people who definitely get in a little bit of trouble, or as I would say, in the political way to say it, politically correct, paint outside the lines.
Nobody ever says that.
Only I do. It's a Greek line. That means you're cheating. That's me saying you're cheating. You're painting outside the lines. Damaging things, I can tell, like, certain things I think if you did to a guy's clothes, yes. Like, if you're a clothes horse, no doubt. But, like, if they had something, maybe memorabilia, and you damaged that would get them upset.
Well, it's like anything else. I mean, you damage a pair of jeans, that's what, $100 or whatever a pair of jeans costs. You damage a jersey, that's worth thousands and hundreds of thousands or tens of millions of dollars. And, well, it just makes the crime that much worse.
Yeah, I did know a girl who her boyfriend and her lived together, and he collected wine. Not super expensive, but nice.
Right.
And she opened a couple bottles because he did something wrong and just left him on his desk.
That's why she didn't smash him. You think that's what I was waiting for.
She might have had a couple glasses.
She drank them first?
Yeah, she had like maybe 6 glasses with them all in it.
Oh.
Yeah, a little spiteful. With maybe a note that said, hey, I hope you had a good time last night. Yeah, coming home
with
late.
Susie.
Yeah, coming home late is brutal. Guys who come home late or they go out today you can't mess around. Somebody picks up the phone, calls you. There's trackers everywhere.
Yeah, they can track you down now.
Yeah, I mean,
I know that there's some apps there. Like, what's the one we have? Life 360. That's the one we have. Now, we did it when Katie got her driver's license and things, so it was more for that.
Of course.
But I don't even know if you need that anymore. I mean, your phone is picked up everywhere.
Yeah, and the other thing, too, like if somebody calls you FaceTime live, you know what I mean? You got to pick up. If you don't pick up and you're someplace you can't be.
I saw a video one time. A bunch of guys were out golfing one time.
He wasn't supposed to be there?
So they had it already. So, like, when the wife calls, they all got to get they have a tape recording of, like, construction sounds. And yeah, we're on the job, honey. I can barely hear you.
Yeah.
You know, and all things like that. It's a pretty funny video.
I had a buddy of mine, we were at Hard Rock, and told his wife that he was going to a restaurant. He was in the casino, and she called him. He was in the middle of the casino, and he just took off, like ran to the parking lot.
Can't hear those bells and whistles going off in the background.
Yeah,
ding, 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 ding,
I
ding.
never saw somebody run so fast. And he was like, he didn't answer her phone. He waited till he got outside in the parking lot, and then she saw the background, and she didn't know where he was. And he said, I was down Fort Lauderdale in a parking garage. But, yeah, it's you get nailed today. You got to be careful. It is the Penthouse. It is Jimmy and the Greek. Franny's on vacation. We'll be back with a trifecta and a lot more on a Tuesday. Peace.
Got something to say? Text us at 47142. Start your message with Real Radio. Standard data and message rates apply, and don't text while driving.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to put $1,000 in your hand. We're giving you 13 shots a day to score $1,000.
Oh, yeah.
Can't believe it. Woo! Every weekday from 9:05 in the morning to 9:05 at night, we're giving you a keyword at 5 past the hour. Take that keyword and enter it at realradio921.com. Every keyword is worth $1,000.
Thank you. Thank you. That's awesome.
It's $1,000 in your hand. Good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. We're going to continue to see some scattered showers as we move across our Tuesday. Skies are otherwise partly to mostly cloudy. Temperatures are in the 70s, and it stays windy. Winds are out of the east-northeast, around 20 miles an hour with higher gusts. We'll see thicker clouds late this evening and overnight. More rainfall moves in for Wednesday.
This report is sponsored by the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Service.
Produce tastes better when it's grown closer to home. So eat good tonight. Look for the Sunny Fresh from Florida logo where you shop. Learn more at followfreshfromflorida.com.
If you have been struggling to lose weight, then I may have the solution for you. Hey, this is Franny, and at Begin a New Med Spa, they have the weight loss miracle semaglutide. This is FDA-approved medical weight loss solution that is super popular with celebrities to help them lose those unwanted pounds. But you don't have to have a celebrity salary to afford semaglutide therapy at Begin a New Med Spa, because right now they're offering 8 weeks of semaglutide plus B12 for only $699. I have 2 girlfriends that are on it, and they are dropping pounds and looking incredible. But maybe your weight is in check, but you're just feeling drab, no energy, your sleep is suffering, or maybe even your memory isn't what it once was. Then Begin a New's Optimal Wellness Program can get you feeling like your best self. They do comprehensive lab testing to help them get you on a wellness plan that is specific to you and your body's needs. The Optimal Wellness Program is only $149 with qualifying insurance. To book your consultation and scope out all of their services and specials, go to beginanewmed.com.
Professional women's tennis is coming back to Delray Beach at the Delray Beach Tennis Center April 14th and 15th for the qualifying tie between the United States and Austria. Don't miss tennis stars Coco Gauff, Jessica Pegula, and the U.S. Billie Jean King Cup team as they host Team Austria during this exciting matchup for a spot in the 2023 finals. Tickets are on sale now. Visit Ticketmaster.com to buy tickets and see some of the top women's tennis players in the world April 14th and 15th. Players subject to change.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering professional-grade industrial supplies, plus real-time product availability and access to experts ready to answer your toughest questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Could you use some extra help meeting basic needs? Like putting food on the table or paying the rent? Keeping your home warm and the lights on? Buying new shoes for growing feet? Or help with medical needs? Find out about the Supplemental Security Income Program, SSI, administered by Social Security. It's money you can use to help pay for basic needs like food, clothing, shelter, or medical needs. You could receive monthly SSI payments if your income and financial resources are low and you are 65 or older, or an adult or child with a disability, or who is blind. Call 1-800-772-1213 or go to ssa.gov/SSI to learn more about SSI and start the application process today. That's ssa.gov/SSI. This message produced by Social Security at U.S. taxpayer expense.
Cards issued by Sutton Bank and Celtic Bank, members FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
What if you could do business without busy work? With Ramp, you can. Ramp is the future of finance with smart automation, corporate cards, and spend management. Just imagine, no more expense reports or shuffling wrinkled receipts. No more slogging through invoices or getting surprised by unexpected charges. Just your business's big idea with smart spend controls, automation that crushes busy work, and real-time insights so you can make it happen. In other words, Ramp completely reimagined finance to make it work for your business. Get set up, issue corporate cards, and start making payments in less than 15 minutes. See how Ramp does finance. Join today and get $250 just for signing up. Just go to ramp.com/finance. That's ramp.com/finance to get $250 for signing up. That's ramp.com/finance.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
Rain making for some wet roadways. Use some extra care on the drive today. We are not seeing any major delays along the expressways. 95 and the Turnpike are accident-free. North Lake Boulevard, that's slow due to that construction. West at Military Trail, left lane is blocked. That's traffic. I'm Jody Stewart.
This report is sponsored by the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Service.
Produce tastes better when it's grown closer to home. So eat good tonight.
Real Radio 92.1, and we are an iHeart radio station. Listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the Penthouse on a Tuesday, Fat Tuesday, baby. It's also known National Pet Day. So if you got a pet, get them something. Maybe a treat, a leash, a new pillow that says Greek on it, something like that they can enjoy. Francis is on vacation, enjoying a cruise. Jimmy just got back from the cruise. Jimmy's in the house. Good afternoon, Jimmy.
Hello and good afternoon.
And it's time for our last trifecta of the day.
Riders up. It's Creek's Trifecta.
All right, Tampa Bay baseball, they are known, Tampa Bay, for their strip clubs, but their baseball team, again, over the years have always had good seasons, got to the World Series, always 90 wins. You could pencil them for 90 wins every year, it seems like the last 10, 12 years, and they're off to a 10-0 start, but their attendance is so bad. 10,000 people went over the weekend when they were playing the Oakland A's. So let's get out there and support Tampa. They do with the hockey team. I know the hockey team's been great too. And obviously the Buccaneers with Brady, everybody went. But the Tampa Bay Rays, they're going to leave. They're going to go to Vegas. And there's going to be Viva Las Vegas with Elvis impersonators. 10-0, hats off to them. Tonight, you got something to root for. The Miami Heat. That's right. The Heaters are back home, and they're playing in a play-in playoff game, taking on the Atlanta Hawks. They got to watch their big scorer, Young, try to keep him down. But the Heat are playing tonight, and they are laying 5 points. That's DraftKings. I would not bet the Heat to lay the points. I might bet Heat just to win, but I think it's going to be a good game and a close game. Also, Haslam played his last home game on Sunday as far as regular season goes. He played 20 years for the Miami Heat. Great career. He's done it all. He's the guy with the lunchbox, rebounds, plays it hard. All 4 championships he was on the roster, and all 6 appearances in the NBA Finals. So hats off to him. He is retiring after the playoffs. And Odell was spotted in Miami. That's right. He was spotted on Sunday night after he inked a big deal with the Ravens. And he was spotted with who? Lamar Jackson. The big question that's been going around for a long time. Is he going to stay with the Ravens? The franchise tag is put on him, and he looks like he's going to make $32 million. He said maybe he's going to sit out, but I think all indications are they might change things up because supposedly he was one of the people who recruited Odell to come to the Ravens. If you remember last week, there was a lot of hype that Odell might end up going to the Jets. Well, it looks like now he's going to play with the Ravens. It's signed deal, $15 million, and I don't think that Lamar and him would be hanging out at Live and Prime 112 if he wasn't going to sign. So that is it. And also, Mr. Rogers, Jimmy's been away a week and nothing's changed. He still doesn't have a new neighborhood in New York City or New Jersey. Rogers has not signed with the Jets yet. But everybody says that deal is basically done. The draft is coming up April 23rd to the 25th in Kansas City. And they said all eyes are going to be on that possibly that'll be ready then.
You think he wants it to stay out of the media? I think that's what it is.
Rogers?
Yeah. I think why we're not hearing anything on it.
I think they're going back and forth about draft picks. The Jets had the 13th pick in the draft.
So they're still negotiating.
This is what I think.
Okay.
I think they still have a little bit more to negotiate.
Okay.
And I think the Jets don't want to give up that 13th position. I think the way they both went publicly, especially the Jets and Rodgers saying he wants to be there, it's not good for negotiating because when somebody knows they got you, they got you.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully it works out. I don't think it'll be last-minute thing where it doesn't work out because then the Packers are responsible for $53 million. 877-927-6969. On the table today, a few things. We had elevators. Are you the nice guy or nice lady? Will you hold the door for somebody or the elevator? Also, we were asking about situations where, you know what, you were just a good person. And let us know if that could tie in. And a concert. What is the most you've ever gone to see a group? I had a gentleman I know. He said he went to go see Springsteen 200 times. That's going to be tough to beat if anybody's going to see a group that much. UFC was in Miami, and they had a sold-out performance, 19,000. The gate brought in 11.9, almost $12 million. UFC and wrestling, man, they just crush it. They really do. Hats off to both those sports that have done a great job with people attending and being big fans of it. Dana White said that they will be back in Miami again soon. It was the first time they were down there in a long time. A lot of famous people were in there. Kid Rock was there, Trump, a lot of other big celebrities, but sold out 19,032 people, which was unbelievable. And 11.9 gate. That's how much the gate brought in, and that was the highest ever for a venue at the Miami Stadium, which is high.
Guess they're merging too, huh?
Yeah.
WWE and the UFC. Did you guys talk about that already?
A little.
I saw a headline on it here. They're talking to the UFC's worth about $12.1 billion and the WWE at $9.3 billion.
It's crazy.
Wow.
Crazy numbers that they're doing, and they're getting into it, and they're going to merge together.
Endeavor will own 51% of the new company, while current WWE shareholders will own 49%. The deal is expected to close later this year. Wow, that's going to be a big thing. I saw that headline, and I just pulled something up because I knew you were going to talk about the UFC numbers that came up recently. So, wow, I tell you what, that's a popular sport that I just don't hear about.
Yeah. Well, it's gotten bigger and bigger over the
Mhm,
years.
yeah.
It's huge now. Dana White's done a great job with the UFC. He really has.
Well, and the thing is, it's like, who's the name, right? Usually that's what draws it, right? You know, Rousey was, a big draw for the female. McGregor was a big draw for the guys. And, right now, who is it? Who's that guy? That's one of the things that you've talked about many times, and I agree 100% that, you need that name. You need that personality, like in boxing, Where's that Muhammad Ali? Where's that Sugar Ray? Where's that Tyson? Where's that, Holyfield? And if you don't have that, what's the draw? I don't know what it is for WWE, nowadays, because they usually play off the good guy, bad guy thing. I don't know if they still do that or not, but it's still very, very popular. Those WrestleManias just keep selling out on the
records.
It's
100,000.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Between the arenas and then, of course, the pay-per-views.
Yeah, the UFC's fans, which are their, huge fans and regular fans, they know all the fighters.
Sure.
I don't follow it. We just don't.
Neither do I. Yeah. But usually you hear, like, even if you don't follow a sport, you follow there's a name that jumps out, and I don't know of any right now. McGregor's on the downside of his career, right? I mean,
he's supposed to come back. They're saying maybe this year. He had that leg injury, but he was one of the guys mainstream, and basically because he fought Mayweather, and obviously success. Rousey, like you said, female, was in a couple.
But she's done now.
Yeah. She's with WWE.
She's is she now?
I think she's wrestling.
And acting. I thought
Yeah,
she was gonna get into that.
And she was in a couple. I was just gonna say a couple movies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's where you saw her. I don't know. Maybe I know she was in Charlie's Angels. I think a couple other ones. She was in the Entourage movie, another movie. But yeah, UFC crushing it. Like I said, 19,000 sold out, and also the amount of money they brought in, 11.9 million, the highest ever at a Miami arena for the gate. So Dana White's done a great job. He doesn't need any advice from me. He knows what he's doing. He's making a ring. People love it. I mean, they just do. And you also, they get a lot of fights, too.
And, it's one of those things, too, because, I wouldn't buy a pay-per-view. Unless there's, like, some big name comes out that really, really wants to draw me in. But I got to tell you what, the few times that I've been, like, in a bar or a restaurant or something like that has it on, it's fun to watch. It really is.
Yeah.
I get why it's popular. I just don't want to pay extra for it.
Yeah, and they also have like 3 or 4 or 5 fights a night. Same things like boxing.
Yeah.
But I think that people really enjoy it and they like it. Obviously, the numbers don't lie, and they've been killing it. That's the bottom line. So people
No pun
get
intended.
it. No, that's no pun intended at all. 877-927-6969. Again, what have you done to an ex? That was on last week. I keep getting a lot of different people calling me about things that they did when they, broke up with exes. I just got another text. And like I said, you can be mean and spiteful, and you really shouldn't be. You should really be cool. But this guy just told me that he emptied out the girl's pool. He was dating her, and he emptied out the pool. That's a little bit bad because, again, you end up coming out. You're like, where the hell's my water in my pool?
And again, you're talking about tens of thousands of dollars worth of potential damage there, depending on what kind of pool you're talking about.
Yep. You could do a lot of different things to people when you got that kind of anger. And that'll bring it out, bad situations in relationships. But if you guys got one that tops it, let it know. Top one is close. There's no doubt about it.
Speaking of close, did you hear about this story? So Earth Day is coming out up on April 22nd.
Okay.
And they've been selling a T-shirt that says recycle, reuse, renew, and rethink.
Yes.
All right. Well, the thing about it, and the problem with the shirt is the RE for all of those is in big letters. And then the following word is, on lines like one underneath another. So use your imagination here. The RE is already there. So recycle, reuse, renew, rethink. Cycle, use, new, think. What's the first letter in all those words? Well, that didn't work out so well, did it? And once you see it, you can't unsee it. What gets me is that's one of those things that somebody designed that shirt.
You're right.
And I don't think it was designed to be a joke.
No.
Because they pulled it right away. I think it was with somebody with Walmart. Was it Walmart, I believe, here?
And then, like you've always said, we talk about somebody's got to prove it.
And they pulled it. Yeah, exactly. Somebody looked at that and said, that's great.
But we've seen that over the years with a lot of things with advertising. When you look at something and then something gets pulled, a billboard, a saying, or something like that, and then somebody looks at it.
A logo that, once you put colors to it and you stand back and you go, boy, that looks like something that could be maybe a body part or something that you don't want to be part of it. But yeah, that one kind of surprised me because I really don't think it was meant to be, because I don't think they would have pulled it off the shelves if it was meant to be a joke. Just leave it up there. Apparently you can still get it though on Amazon. So
of course,
you know what I'll be shopping for later.
Good old Amazon.
Damn right.
They'll always come through with anything that you can't find. No, that's the one thing I always see is when something gets out there and gets pulled right away.
This was in Canada only. These weren't available in United States stores, but it was Walmart. Yeah.
Yeah, you just figure like, you know what, somebody's got to see it.
Yeah.
And it gets past somebody. Sometimes it does. And I think a lot of times, too, some people maybe just get an email, doesn't even check it. Like, yeah, that's good.
Yep.
Go with it. If you like it, whatever, I trust you. And then the next thing you know.
That's just a T-shirt, too.
Oh, yeah.
You know? I mean, it's not a big thing, I guess. But and it's not like a new logo for a company. But where it would get through several people's hands. But you would think that somebody would have picked up on that one. I mean, when you see it, I can't describe it enough. It's glaring.
Well, last week, too, you had that, not 2 weeks ago, you had the story where somebody was like a councilman or something in court, and he was saying names that were very provocative. Remember that story?
Oh, I think that was what the Florida story, wasn't it?
Yeah, it might have been.
Yeah, it was. It was the old. Anything that I say comes to mind, I can't say over the air.
Yeah, provocative stuff. That names that you were like, and people were like, and then when I saw that,
Mike.
I knew. Yep, yeah, that's right. And then people would say it. Now you think the guy looks at it, and be like, what?
Yeah, you think that it would jump out of the old Bart Simpson type of a trick.
Yeah. So you would think that somebody might look at it and say, hey, you know what?
Was that a newscaster? Was that another one of those newscaster things? So he's just reading a teleprompter or something, and he doesn't realize it until after he reads it, maybe, or it was a council meeting.
I thought it was a council
the guy
meeting.
was just reading names off. He was reading for somebody to be in the audience, or they were calling up for somebody to testify next or something at a council meeting.
Yeah, but again, you as soon as you say it, you got to be like, what the hell am I saying?
You would think, right? You think you'd hear it.
Well, you would look down and say, hey, wait, man, that doesn't make sense. Is this a misprint? The Formula One in Miami is coming back, and that's going to be here in a couple weeks. That's also the same weekend.
Did you pick up our tickets?
Not yet. I love you. I'm glad you're back. That was a nice slide in there.
Nice.
It's going to be down at the stadium. Again, a lot of people liked it last year. That's going to be every year. That's just because a lot of people don't realize that that's happening every year.
It's a permanent. There are permanent structures for that. That track is permanent down there, from what I understand. I haven't seen it yet. Have you?
I haven't seen it up close. I've seen pictures, but never there.
Okay.
I haven't been down to the stadium in a couple years, but I just talking to people.
So it's been a while since you've been at the stadium.
They have certain sections, like they have the South Beach Grandstand.
Mm-hmm.
I get a lot of emails to purchase tickets, along with obviously the one at the Wynn, which is coming up.
Because you were a Dolphins ticket holder, you think? Is it because of that?
Yeah, and they, their database, they just keep it for years.
Right.
And if you want to go and stuff like that. And then they had last year, I don't know if they're going to have it this year, they had that area where like a fake lake, water, and they had boats in there.
Yeah, they had a couple boats in there. Yeah.
It was beautiful. I mean, people liked it, but it is going to be coming back. And again, Formula One racing, people really enjoy it. The one in Vegas, I think, is going to be astronomical.
Oh.
Between that and the Super Bowl,
I got to write down the dates for that, too, because I just want to watch it, even if it's on TV.
I'm going to guess, and I'm going to say, because all the emails I get, I think November in the 20s.
Yeah, it was in November. Yeah. You're right, like 20th, 22nd, something like that.
23rd to 5th, I don't know. But it's going to be great down there. And obviously for Vegas, too, they last week they unveiled the new Super Bowl logo for Vegas, which is really, really cool. And every year the NFL has a new logo for the Super Bowl. And that's going to be cool because it's the first Super Bowl ever in Vegas, which is going to be tremendous. You want to go to Super Bowl in Vegas now, you better get a hotel room right now.
Oh.
Yeah, it might even not even be possible.
Good luck.
Yeah,
good luck,
yeah,
really.
You really might have it. And next year it's...
Yeah, you're going to be staying in Reno.
And next year I believe it's 214. So
no.
No, next year?
No, it's not next year.
Okay.
I'm almost positive it's not next year. It's a couple years from now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, but it's still going to be close.
I think. I could be wrong.
No, I think you're right. I think it's going to come in a couple years where it's going to be on the same day. But yeah, Vegas has got the Super Bowl. They got the Formula One, but we got it down here. But that's also the same weekend as Sunfest. That's also the same time as Franny's birthday, which is a big thing. And there's one other thing. Oh, yeah, the Kentucky Derby is that weekend, too.
It's February 11th next year.
All right. So in a couple years.
14. Oh, no, wait. That's something else.
It'll be in a couple years.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Formula One races are coming up May 2nd through 5th. And that'll be cool. And there's 3 different days that you can go. But so you guys check it out. Get some more information if you want to get tickets. I know you can go to Hard Rock Stadium and find everything you want about that. It is the Penthouse on a National Pet Day, so do something nice for your pet and appreciate them. Maybe get them a new treat or a leash, whatever you want, and acknowledge them, and maybe take them for a nice walk today. And if you want, maybe we'll send him get him a pillow with the word Greek on it. That might make him feel good.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
It is the Greek. It is Jimmy. Jimmy, great job. Great to see
Some
you.
things never change.
You're gone a week.
What's going to change in a week?
Great to see you, obviously. I'm glad you had a great trip and enjoyed yourself. And a much-needed vacation. You deserved it. I'm glad you had a great time, and I'm glad you came back.
It was, and I'll have some more fun facts we can dribble in. You're going to love the gas bill that thing gets.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Long as I'm not getting it.
Yeah, you'll enjoy what it takes to fill up one of those things.
Wow.
Pull right up to the pump. Yeah, keep going. High
Keep
test.
going. Let's go.
But no, thank you, Greek. Thank you for listening. It's really great to be back. And got any parting words for the little Greeksters out there?
National Pet Day, so roof, baby, all day long, or meow. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, 10 to 2, rock and rolling in the Penthouse. Best view in the house is always the Penthouse. Peace.
The visual aid you need for all the freaky stuff we talk about on the radio. Find it at realradio921.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. We're going to continue to see some scattered showers as we move across our Tuesday. Skies are otherwise partly to mostly cloudy. Temperatures are in the 70s, and it stays windy. Winds are out of the east-northeast, around 20 miles an hour with higher gusts. We'll see thicker clouds late this evening and overnight. More rainfall moves in for Wednesday.
This report is sponsored by the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Service.
Produce tastes better when it's grown closer to home. So eat good tonight. Look for the Sunny Fresh from Florida logo where you shop. Learn more at followfreshfromflorida.com.
In this week's Marketers Report, we hear about the importance of local radio from Allison Griffin, head of marketing at State Farm.
iHeart has such a broad broadcast reach that is local, and for us to be able to touch customers with a local feel but at a national scale is so efficient and important for us.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, trusted influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Eating good is about more than just tasty food. Eating good is about doing good, too. And that's exactly what Fresh from Florida is all about. Supporting local Florida farmers, creating jobs in our communities, and of course, making sure you can enjoy all the fresh flavors Florida has to offer. Because produce tastes better when it's grown closer to home. So eat good tonight. Look for the Sunny Fresh from Florida logo where you shop. Learn more at followfreshfromflorida.com.
Oceana Cruises' small luxurious ships carry a maximum of 1,238 guests, serving the finest cuisine at sea and destination-rich itineraries that span the globe. Expertly curated experiences aboard and available at more than 600 ports in over 100 countries. Learn more about the Oceana Cruises experience and limited-time extraordinary savings with fares from $8